Ladies and gentlemen. Damn, that goes hard as hell with the music in the back. That's cool.
I'll leave the bass.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Calls from Beyond. I'm your host, Austin Alvarez, joined by the always magnificent Black Cauldron.
Hey, guys. Hey.
You're tired. I can see it.
I'm trucking through.
You're trucking through.
I got my coffee at my feet.
Coffee. Please sponsor us. Shane, I know you're watching. This is the best energy drink ever.
No,
he
serious.
posts about them all the time.
It's my stuff. I love me some Red Bull. Sugar-free. Got to be sugar-free, though.
Yeah. Always. So, I want to preface today's show with, today's the day, ladies and gentlemen.
Today is the day.
Like you keep saying, we're here for a good time, not a long time.
Yes.
Now, what does that mean? That sounds like we're ending the show. That is not us ending the show. What it means is we are now going to be streaming the show exclusively on the Calls from Beyond YouTube.
Yes.
So in about 20 minutes or so, we're going to make that shift. So if you're not already subscribed to Calls from Beyond on YouTube, now is the time to do so. You're going to need to do that.
Yeah. We've given, 3 weeks now?
This will be week 3 now.
Yes. Yeah. To move over.
There's already almost 500 of you, so you guys are moving over.
Yeah, you guys definitely are. Go over and subscribe because we will be moving the show over there. Like I said, on week 1, this exchange of lives on our channel wasn't going to be forever. It wasn't going to be a permanent thing. So go over and follow, subscribe. We have a TikTok page now, don't we?
We have a TikTok. We have an Instagram. So go follow those as well. Also, you guys, a lot of you have gone over. We are on Spotify and Apple Podcasts under Calls from Beyond. So we have all the old shows, even at the old studio, as well as the ones from today and last week and the week before. So if you miss it or if you want to hear one again, they're right there for you to listen to.
Yep.
The numbers over there have been really good. I'm really thankful that everybody has kind of adopted that. And you guys have, here's the thing is, like, we talked about this off the air. You guys, we know you like this show. It's very clear. You guys bug us all the time.
Yes.
And don't take that wrong. We love that you guys bug us about it. It holds us accountable. But when we did the show originally, I never got like messages afterwards that were like, "Oh my God, I love the show.
Yeah.
It's so good." Now I'm getting messages of like, "You guys got me through my 12-hour shift."
Yeah.
All that stuff.
It's crazy. Like, we didn't know how valued the show was until we took a break from it. And then everybody went over to my Patreon. I got so many emails like, "Hey,
bring it back, please."
Right. What happened? Are you guys still friends? And I'm like, yeah, I just texted them earlier today. Like, we text every day. So
you've been a client of mine for
a minute now.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, no. There's nothing wrong. We just had shit going on, you know?
And people saw that we had shit going on because I'm no longer at that studio. George's no longer at that studio.
Yeah.
But George is here tonight.
Yes, I am. How else would the show have started, people?
Yeah, we couldn't do it without you, George.
If the show just doesn't start a Tuesday, just know it's I'm not here.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
George is on vacation.
Yeah. I mean, maybe one day. I mean, it sounds like there is a vacation planned. Am I right, Noah? Are you? Yes.
Yes. Oh, I almost forgot I was reading
I
comments.
saw the Instagram post this week, and I was like, let's go.
Listen, I have to give a special shout out to my YouTube subscribers and my patrons because you guys literally made this whole group retreat happen, and it officially launched today. So
Let's go.
Should have put
my $8 deposit down.
You know
Thanks to Klarna.
I wish. Listen. So I have the official itinerary, which if you are following me on Instagram, you would have saw the itinerary last Friday. But we are going to Bali, which you guys already knew that. But now you can book and reserve your spot. Austin, you coming with us? You know,
I gotta see what's going on.
What did Beyonce say? None of that may be energy. No, he's coming. I'm gonna even if I gotta, I'm gonna have to drag him and the missus, and we're gonna have a good time. But it is very, very limited spots. Like, this is not something that is a big group retreat because what we will be doing is very intimate and spiritual. What?
George, you going?
Yeah, George.
Yeah, dude. In
Are we
Bali?
gonna figure
no.
out how to do a Calls from Beyond in Bali?
Yes, we can definitely arrange that.
I mean, yeah, I'll let you stick to the planning. For me, sometimes when I'm on vacation,
No,
I'm
I trust me. I get that.
No.
I think that might be the only
I
thing.
flip on the
mimosa mode.
I will hire a videographer. Like,
Yes.
I'll hire a George.
Yes. Oh, I plan on that because I'm like, okay, if you guys stand me up in Bali, I'm gonna just go and find. I'm gonna go find a photographer because Listen, it is a spiritual retreat. Indonesia is very famous for its hauntings and different
I ain't
things
never
like
been
that.
there. I had to get my passport.
Listen, it's $200. What did we say? A couple bottles of
Henny.
Couple bottles of Henny.
Yep. So
Wait, whose voice was that just now on the?
right, who's that? Hey boo.
What's up, y'all? This is Mr. Fresh.
Yes.
You know, I got a mic this time, so you guys don't gotta hear
We
me in the
upgrading.
background.
Right, over here, upgrading him. And he's helping me moderate as well because my assistant had a doctor's appointment. So, but it's going to be very, very good. So all of the activities, you'll be able to see it now. Before, I had to kind of be hush-hush about what we were doing. We're doing a lot of spiritual things. I am squeezing a few more activities in there because I want to go to the Sacred Monkey Forest. I love monkeys.
Throw hands with a monkey, George.
Oh,
Y'all playing.
no.
All right, I'm going to call y'all bluff because you can make payments on it.
no,
I'm
trust
looking
me,
at the link right now.
I went to Thailand no, it's more than 3 years ago now. We're talking 5 years ago. I went to Thailand. The greatest time of my life. And
Yeah.
it's the dollar goes so far.
Yes.
It's cheap. You got to put up with the plane ride is no joke.
Oh no, it's not for the weak. It's not.
It's no joke. I mean, I saw people doing like high knees, like 30,000 feet in the air.
Just to keep their legs.
Yeah,
Yes.
bro. You gotta. Yeah.
How long is the flight?
It's a day.
Yeah.
It's like 20 hours.
My
Well,
God.
it's broken up because you go from like here
Yes.
to like China, and
And
then
then
from
right
China.
there, yeah.
I mean, but where else could you get a manicure and pedicure for like $32?
Oh my gosh.
Bro,
yes.
you'll get massages every day.
Yes, that's what I said. I'm
Yes.
like, y'all, because the person that is helping me set this up was like, hey, don't put too many activities because it's already a lot of activity that's come with the. I said, listen, if you think I'm not going to go and get my pedicure, my manicure, full body massage, because I already priced it. I know the resort, which I'm going to also be putting that on Patreon, the official resort that we're going to. And altogether for every service was like $75. I said, I'm a millionaire. I am rich in Asia, apparently. So I'm just really excited to take
So
you
I'm
guys.
about to be able to throw my weight. Over
No,
there.
seriously,
Listen,
you're a
romantic
millionaire.
dinner in a rice field for $120.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like everything
Yep.
catered to you.
Yep.
You know.
Kings and queens. You know, I like to go to other countries sometimes just because you get the experience that you could never. Not here in the
Would
States.
never.
You could never.
Listen, we went to the Philippines. We paid $600 American. We had a chauffeur for a month.
Yeah, I felt like, what's
Oh my
that?
God. What are we doing here, George?
No,
We had
seriously.
a chauffeur for a month. I'm talking about carried
We're-
our groceries, pushed our grocery cart.
Yes, he was so nice. Shout out to
Warded
Winston.
off
You
the
know what's
homeless
funny
people.
is because like I totally get it. Is like when you don't have any money, you're like people shouldn't have money. That's an ignorant thing to. And then
Yeah.
you get money, you're like I'm gonna be ignorant as fuck.
Listen, I was living like a queen, honey, in my Airbnb. I stepped out on the porch and it was a pool, no gate. Just step right into the pool outside of your Airbnb in the Philippines. We had a ball, but this trip to Bali is going to be so different because they're letting me, even though you guys built everything around it, like the activities, they let me also host different workshops as well. So we're doing African waist bead, just African bead making, because I know some of you guys are men. We're also doing ancestral meditations, different workshops, and I'm trying to go to the beach in the monkey forest. So
we gonna sneak off from
What
the hood
am I
rest
gonna
for a
do with
second.
what am I
Yes.
gonna do with the little one?
who?
Me.
Oh,
If
I'm
you're
like,
dragging
who?
both of us, like
Oh, grandparents. What do you mean?
Dude,
Listen,
Danette over here, she whispered, she was like, George, I got him. And so she having to relate.
Danette, she said, "When did I?"
Nobody
ever
even knows
say
who Danette
that?
is.
Hey, listen.
Right.
The dollar make anything happen. Just be
Yes.
like, hey, Danette, I got $300 for you.
Danette's
need
gonna
you
be
to
like,
take
it's gonna be like school schmool.
Oh, right. No, but seriously, you can finance the trip either through a firm or you can make payments
I
directly
owe
through
for
the.
money right now.
You know what? I'm gonna need you to stop being so ghetto. Because, what do you mean?
Austin is
You and I
Austin is
talked-
the blackest non-black person.
I know.
We talked over the phone, and I got my credit fixed last week because of our phone call.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm working on it.
I don't be playing, but you can also make regular payments, like put a down payment and all that good stuff. And you can also finance your flights too, because that's another expense nobody's taking into consideration. This is just for the trip.
Yeah, how much is the flight?
The flight. Well, I looked it up. The lowest one that I found was like 800. You had a
Round or there?
round.
Oh, okay.
So that's the cheapest.
But it's going to vary where you're flying in from, where you're flying out of. For instance, we're leaving from the West Coast, so
Yeah.
Right.
flights are a little bit more pricey because most of the time they go to the East Coast and then have the layover.
Yeah. But
How can I just hire somebody to just fly me there? JetX or whatever.
Oh wait,
I
like
mean,
private?
you got it like that?
No, I
You
don't got it like that.
I'm about to say,
I'm
you
riding
trying
with
to
you, bro.
I'm trying to like Fiverr it.
You know what?
You cannot Fiverr a pilot, Austin.
If you're trying to go the cheapest, you can get on cargo ships for like dirt cheap, but like
You could get smuggled by
going-
pirates.
yeah,
We're gonna
yeah.
be in a box?
yeah, you're gonna be like on a hammock for like 25
I'm gonna
days.
need y'all to stop being so goddamn ghetto. Cause what? What do you mean smuggled through on cargo ships?
I saw it on TikTok. People, it's like they're riding cargo ships like trains.
Shut
So
up.
Serious.
it takes you
Serious.
25 days to get to a 1 week destination.
I don't know if it's 25 days. I think ships move a little faster than
Wait,
that.
we're
Maybe that was-
entrepreneurs now. I ain't got to put time off with nobody.
I know, right?
Hey, that
He
ship
said-
got Wi-Fi?
I don't know if a cargo ship is going to have Wi-Fi.
Right, what amenities? What in
Just
the
buy go to
Slumdog
Verizon.
Millionaire is that?
Verizon for like $100.
Yeah,
Get like a
no.
little hotspot.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have a good time, y'all. Though seriously, you know, I love to tell myself I'm a spiritual hood rat. We do spiritual things, but we also turn up. I am only human, so we are going to have a ball. So if you're interested, the link is in the comments. I'm gonna have Mr. Fresh repost it, and you can come to Bali with yours truly.
You should have told them the itinerary just to make their mouths wet a little bit.
Yeah, maybe you should let them know.
What their beak.
Let me,
What
hold
we-
on, I don't want to lie.
What we doing?
I know for sure we're doing Jamu medicine making, which I'm a little excited for that because
Like ibuprofen or
like the natural IV. See, you're getting it.
I'm getting it.
Clock it. Okay, so like we're doing a medicine making class. We're also going to this purification waterfall. People for thousands of years have been going there to get cleansed. And so we're going there to get cleansed, get whatever little energy off. Hold on, I'm trying to, let me not lie now. I'm in the wrong space.
So I just want to
Oh.
reiterate. So for the price of what they're paying, that includes the 7-day, 6-night stay at the
A luxury resort. And I'm
at the
not
luxury
saying
resort.
luxury because I'm lying.
Hey,
I
y'all,
don't,
it's a museum.
It's
a museum slash hotel.
resort. Yeah, it is luxury. It's beautiful.
What else
It
is
is
included?
good.
So they get breakfast every day, right?
Breakfast
and then
every
it includes
day.
2 lunches, 2
2
dinners.
dinners.
But we have the opportunity to leave off of property, obviously. And
Yeah, for
go,
sure.
Go to our own. So if you come with us, man, we
and
could
the
go
I'm
group
thinking
dinners.
the food is cheap too. If you can,
If a massage is like $40, I'm
It's
pretty
not
sure.
even. It's not
We
even.
probably we all eating steak, y'all.
Oh,
Yeah.
$12.
no.
$12. Yep, exactly. But it's a whole bunch of stuff. Click the link. You'll see the itinerary of what we plan on doing, and just check for updates. The pricing right now is for early birds, aka if you don't get in and reserve a spot now, you'll pay full price. But it's still worth it. And if I can drag you guys,
Yeah,
with
I
me,
mean,
it'll be
I'm
so
asking
worth
the
it.
missus, and she said, "What are we gonna do with our baby?" And I said, "I'll ask." She said, "Ask what?" Obviously, he wouldn't go. You nincompoop. Like, all right.
I mean, even though children aren't specifically barred from this, it's still, you know, you want
Right.
your rest and relaxation time. I know mine's. I already told them a year in advance. I don't know who gonna take all these kids, but y'all gonna take them because I'm going. I travel frequently anyway, so my family they already know I'll be on bullshit. So I
And just a heads up, you said school. You know, if you had a babysitter.
don't be putting the net in that. The
If
net's
you- if
like,
you
don't
said-
say my name.
I'm just saying. Remember, we talking July, so ain't no school.
Yeah.
And Danette's graduating this year.
There you go. Graduation present. Boom. I got 500 for you.
Look,
Keep little
if
man for
y'all
a
can
week.
see the net space, she's like, why are y'all putting me in that shit? I don't want to.
Money is money. I mean, if she don't want to watch them for 500, I might stay behind.
I might stay behind and watch it for 500.
But yes, y'all, go ahead, click the link, and yeah, that's pretty much what I've been working on. As you guys know, a lot of you guys are saying like you've been binge watching my TikToks. Also been focusing a little bit more on TikTok.
Yes, yes.
Because that's my home. Even though TikTok, the algorithm pisses me off to the fullest, it's still home because that's where I started. So trying to, regain following there and all that good stuff. So, but I'm getting back on YouTube. I got to record tonight.
Yes, we
I
need
know I've
to.
told you that 1,000,001 nights.
It's okay. I tell you the same thing though. Like,
like literally.
I'm still working on that ghost hunt video. People are asking me. I'm working on it. It's just, it's just a different type of video.
Yeah.
Because there's so much footage. I mean, George, how long were we there for at the house? Investigation.
No, over that. Oh, it was
Because
close
we
to 10
got
hours.
there at 3.
Yeah.
And we left at like
Sheesh.
12:30 at night.
I think it was later than that, Austin.
It might have been like 1 or 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah. What you guys see, like that condensed 25 to 30-minute video is really like over a span of 8 to 10 hours. Even whenever we did our ghost hunt. Oh, did you see Franny tagged us in?
No, he was going to come on the show tonight, but he has to work.
Oh.
But he's going to try. Apparently, he does not want me to see it till he comes on.
Okay.
So,
okay, then I won't spoil it.
yeah. He said I want to see your genuine reaction when I come on the show.
Real
Yeah.
quick, I got something I want to ask from all three of the chats. Okay, so before we make the switch, y'all, I need y'all to do me a favor because I know in the Black Cauldrons chat, there's 186 people in there, but there's only 80 likes. I'm gonna need some of y'all to back out of that real quick. Like it. You ain't got to comment. You ain't got to do nothing else. Just like it so that when we do cancel the stream, it doesn't mess up the algorithm or our views.
Yeah, please do that. And make
please
sure
do
you
that
are
on all
subscribing.
whatever chat you're on. Make sure you like
and
that live.
when we first get into the Calls from Beyond, we need you guys to do the same thing because that is a infant channel. And
So
we
infant
need
is a
to
baby
get
channel.
it on the main page of YouTube so that people can watch and
Enjoy it like you guys do.
Yeah.
I'm ready to start taking some calls, so maybe we should make that move now.
Yeah, I'm thinking. So if you're watching this right now, it's linked in both titles. So on my channel and on your channel.
Yep.
Calls from Beyond. It's tagged there. You can click directly on that, or you can just go to Calls from Beyond on YouTube. We're gonna be closing down the streams on the Truly Bizarre and the Black Cauldron, and we're gonna be doing it solely on there because this is its own show.
Yeah.
This is 100% its own show. Noah does her things. I do my things.
Yeah.
Granted, a little bit of the hand going in each pot.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? I mean,
we-
George's got sticky hands. I got sticky hands.
And I ain't got sticky hair. I just steal.
Yeah. She said, "That's mine."
That's mine. No, but seriously, it's its own entity. We just so happen to have our own platforms, and we gotta get that up and running.
Yes. So I think we're gonna give you guys about 5 minutes from now. We'll keep talking. But we're gonna be closing down the streams in 5 minutes. So at 6:10, we're closing down the streams and we're moving to Calls from Beyond's YouTube channel. Only there's 31 of you in there right now, so we're getting some 37.
Yes, please move over. We are leaving. People that are in my chat, we will eventually be shutting this live down on my channel and only going live from Calls from Beyond. I've told y'all the last couple weeks, today was the day. This is the day. This is it.
Yep.
So go over. It's in the description right here, right up top, Calls from Beyond, and subscribe there to continue to see this every Tuesday because this is the last supper.
Yes. Yes.
This is it, my grace. We're not going live from here anymore, so we need to start pulling
There's
you guys
41,
over.
so we're starting to move over. But so
Yeah.
yeah. So
Thank you so much, Jessica. Jessica just subscribed.
oh yes, there we go.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yes. But I will be starting to do something on this channel specifically. I kind of want to keep it a secret until I figure out all the details.
Okay.
And he's going to help me. He don't know it yet. Like, I haven't even told.
She just tells me we make it happen. That's really
Like,
just it.
So I am going to be doing something that still involves me coming live here because I noticed you guys really, really like whenever I go live and answer questions or just vibe out. So I will be having something very, very soon to do on my page. But for now, if you're just joining in, because it's 184 of y'all in here, you guys need to go over to Calls from Beyond because I'm about to end this live stream on my channel.
I forgot. I have an announcement that you helped me out with last week. I have a Patreon page now.
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna link
over
it
there.
on yours if that's okay.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna link it. I have a Patreon account now. I'm gonna be doing member-only live streams over there.
Yes.
So for Patreon members and as well as probably YouTube members, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
restructuring that. But it would mean a lot if you guys would consider becoming a member on Patreon. We're trying to do this full time. I mean, you do it full time for sure.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get into the space of doing it almost 100% full time. I still enjoy my job, having my business, all that, because it still allows me to do this pretty much as I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to kind of break the fourth wall in like content creation. Like,
Yeah.
I've had my YouTube page for about 4 years now, and on average, I make about $100 a month from it. Some months nothing, but it is what it is. Like, I also was working a ton.
Well,
didn't have
that's why I
time.
told you were working so much that you weren't working for yourself. And I had
Yep.
to tell you, like, yeah, whenever you leave and go off and do your own thing, you are going to prosper because you he's an anomaly. Is that the word? Anonymously.
Anonymously.
No, anonymous.
He's an
anomaly.
Anomaly. Yes. Like,
Anomaly.
I'm mad that both of us got it wrong, but we knew what each other meant.
Yeah.
But like he was working so much, I was like, when you gonna pour into yourself? When you gonna
I
do
didn't know I
this
could
and the
love
third?
myself.
Right? Look at you. And then God just working out things in your favor. I said, oh, okay, show out then. But I think this is going to be really good for you. And I think with Patreon, like we can collab on a couple things as well.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, we're gonna collab no matter what. To be fair.
No, to be fair, we're just friends. Like that's what we do.
Yep. So I can't really put it on YouTube, but on Patreon though, I do have a tier where once a month I'm going to be giving away merch. And so and also I think right now for everybody that signs up for a membership through Patreon, you're getting a free sticker from me.
Yes.
Just
that's
free in the
nice.
mail. Like,
see,
yeah.
he has a heart.
As if I don't. But so there's that. But there's going to be specific videos that I'm actually not even going to release on YouTube.
Okay.
That I'm only going to do for Patreon. A little more personal type videos.
Yes. Especially with projects that you have that are coming in the future, that's going to be very, very huge.
I mean, everybody in this room. I'm not going to mention it on here just because it's not set in stone. But we had a pretty big meeting over the weekend.
Did.
I mean, George was there. Mr. Fresh was there. Black Cauldron was there. I was there. There's some big things in the works potentially for everybody in this room.
Big things popping.
Big things popping. It's not just Bali. That's just one of them.
That's just for play. That's just to
Just for play. All right, we got 1 minute left before we are closing down the stream here and moving over to the Calls from Beyond YouTube. There's 76 people in there, so you guys still got a little bit of time.
Going up. Yeah,
it's going up.
Yes. Are you Mari Mars? Is she Mari Mars?
No, that's Mari.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for posting the link.
Mari is
I'm like,
one of the.
am I in my chat or your chat? I don't even know where I'm at right now. I just know I'm
I
looking
think you're
at
in
myself.
my chat.
I'm like, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to steal that link. That's what I'm like.
Mari,
no,
bill her.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mari's a real one. Mari has been an A1 since day one.
No, seriously.
She's actually, I think, for the past 3 or 4 months, Mari, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but she's been a mod for a while now. And super thankful to have her a part of the team.
They were asking me on the last stream, like, could I mod for you or whatever the case is? And I have a moderator, but she's a day ahead of me, and sometimes
the thing with mods is like it almost has to be somebody that I kind of already know.
No, right, that I know show up every Tuesday.
Well, not even that, but like you're trusting them with a lot to be a mod.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we're moving the streams over. We gave you an extra minute. So right now, if you're not already over there, the
Go
stream's
over
going
to
to
Calls
disappear.
from Beyond, the actual YouTube page, please, 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 because we are getting off of here.
There's
All right.
85.
I love y'all down. I'm so ghetto. I'm about to get in the chat. Hey, y'all, hey. Like I didn't just see them.
Are we out on both?
Coming back in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Are they gone? Oh, thank God. Oh, hey, everybody. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start getting ahead with calls. So things are a little different right now. This YouTube channel is not yet monetized. We're trying to build that up. So if you want to skip the line, reminder, it is completely free to call in. You can do so. The number has not changed. You can call in, and then we will start calling numbers to go ahead and tell your story. But if you want to pay to get ahead, it's still $10, but you can send it directly to, we have a Cash App now.
Yes. We're so official.
Do we have it up on the screen?
It'll be down below here in a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you cannot super chat because we're not monetized. I told y'all this is a baby page, so y'all got to help us grow it. Eventually, we will be able to take super chats, but for now, we're going to just be using Cash App. So.
Yep. We also have a merch store. If you haven't seen that yet, we have a let me get the link for that. But we do have a merch store.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. Everybody that is tapping the screen, liking it. We got up to 121 people. Everybody seemed like they seamlessly came over. Just tap the screen so that we can get on the main YouTube page and kind of get awareness to this channel because there's a lot of different things that I kind of am interested in doing.
How many subs did I tell you we were at before we started the show?
500.
We were at 2 below. We're almost at 6 now.
See?
crazy. So huge shout out to all of you guys.
Thank you.
Shout out to Danette for being a babysitter next year. Shout out to Mari for being a real one.
Danette is like, you are not finna do this to me.
She's gonna rat me out too. I'm like, what are you doing making my sister?
It's okay. We'll find the baby a babysitter. We
and really, Rowan's just gonna be babysitting her.
We're outside, especially in Bali, all 2025.
All 2025. There we go.
I'm trying to go to Africa too.
Okay.
For somebody's 40th.
Mine?
Now you know damn well.
We will have 12 years to save, huh?
He ain't
is
quite
crazy.
there. Somebody's 40th. He wants to go to Africa.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that trip, go see what it's
so
like.
dope.
See some of these places that came up on my ancestry.
Yeah, for sure. Do we have? Oh wait. Okay,
yeah.
She already posted. Did we have any callers in the chat?
Yes, we do. We have 2 callers that are in the room. So please, people, file in. The number will be, or it's already on the screen. So follow those prompts. And the first caller of the night, last 4 digits are 1734. 1734. And then you are going to, there we go.
You're already
Caller,
in.
you're in the room.
Hey.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Hi,
can.
Noah. Oh my God. I love your content. I've been, when I discovered you, I binge watched you. And matter of fact, me and you have talked before through email. My name is Nicole, and we were talking about Papa Legba. I wonder if that rings a bell.
Oh my gosh. I know exactly. I was wondering because my assistant uberly organized my email so much that I could not find it anymore.
She got too productive.
I had to tell her, ma'am, I'm trying to, but I was thinking about you the other day because I don't want to, are you going to tell the story that you sent me?
Well, okay, I'll tell this story. It's rather long, but I'll cut it short because I know I said it long in the email. So,
okay.
All right. Okay, so for everybody that's listening, and forgive me, I'm nervous. I'm Caucasian, okay? I do have Native ancestry in me, but I'm Caucasian as you can get. So I'm not saying I'm special or anything like that. But to give you a little bit of hindsight, though, I had a really rough childhood when I grew up. I was molested, all big thing, okay? So my mom's second husband, unfortunately, used to bring me to a cemetery to do his dirty deeds, his bullshit. Forgive my French.
Mm-hmm.
But one night, there was something in me feeling stuff. And for just some reason, as I told Noah, I said, for some reason, this night, scared the crap right out of me, needless to say. And while he was doing whatever he wanted, so now he had a van, and it had a bed in the back. It was one of them traveling vans, but not like a RV.
Mm-hmm.
So he was in the back doing whatever. I couldn't see anything. But as I'm staring out the window, we're in the cemetery, I see an old man with a hat. His back was to me. And also, there was a dog right outside the side window looking at me. It was a pinscher, one of them large ones, black. And it was looking at me, but it wasn't, scary, but it was, kind of concerned looking, looking at me, kind of sad. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, there's a dog out here. And the dude that was there, he comes up front and he was like, where? He could not see this dog. This dog is plain as day out. Well, it's nighttime, but it's enough light that you could see this dog. I'm right there. I'm pointing out the window. And he's like, I don't see anything. I'm like, yeah. And there's an old man walking with another dog away from us. So it must have spooked him not because he couldn't see it, but because, So we wound up going by him out the cemetery, and the dude was the elderly man had his back to me, and I still saw both dogs around it. And I'm just sitting there and it always stuck with me, Noah, like I told you in the email, it always stuck with me, for years. I never heard anybody talk about anything in cemeteries, or I heard of black dogs, I heard this, whatever. And until I heard your content, and then when you just described Papa Legba, as soon as I heard old man with a hat and 2 dogs, and I was my heart completely dropped.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God. I said, I'm not special. I know this is African. I'm not trying to go there. You know
He's
what I
like,
mean?
I know this is African. I'm so weird. And that's the first thing that
Like,
I asked, and I'm like, and that was so long ago for you. So I'm like, were you at like a 4-way intersection, like a crossroad? And I never got another email. So I'm like, where did I scare her off? But like I said, I don't
I
know.
did send you the map of the cemetery though,
Excuse me.
and right near, like, because we were near a tree. But if you go, he would have reversed, there was a crossroads, like not too far from there.
Yeah.
So when you told me that, I'm like, oh my God. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's crazy. And I said, and I told her, I was like, listen, I'm not special. I'm not
Listen,
saying anything.
It comes down to the point of there's only two spirits that I thought about, but when you said that it was an old man with a straw hat and 2 dogs, I automatically thought about Papa Legba because he is the keeper of the crossroad and he is the keeper of children. He loves children. And since you got, yes, and it could have been, no, I'm not even going to say that it was better on. I wouldn't say that. I'm going to say, I think this was Papa Legba. Because, I mean, if you are even if you're on the side of a crossroad, it's very likely that that's what you were seeing. You could be spiritually gifted. Who knows? Because you kept telling him, like, there's a dog, a man, and another dog, and he couldn't see any of it, but it kind of spooked him enough to stop. You know what I'm saying? So that story, literally, you are one of the only, this one and another story somebody else sent me are the only stories that I can remember off top, and I did not know you emailed me back. I was like, I wonder whatever happened to that lady that told me what she saw in the cemetery at a crossroad, because I never knew. Like, I don't know what happened to the email. That's crazy. But thank you so much for at least, like, calling in, because I never... If you haven't, I know I've been talking my head off, but if you have something else, like another story that you want to share, because I kind of made you share that story, I feel like. Because I'm like, somebody else has to hear
You're going to tell this story. Thank you very much.
This was months ago, dude. Like, this
I remember you telling me about that.
Yes, it was like in May, I think, or April, that she sent this email, and it was a minute ago.
It was definitely back in April, and I just had to... When I saw your email, I was like, it said text email your stories. I'm like, yo, because I've never been able to sit down really and talk to somebody about this, because, it's personal, obviously. And, you're going through something traumatizing at the same time, but at the same time, you see an old man.
Spiritual,
what I mean? Right. And also at the same time, I don't know what would have happened that night. And I'm scared to think of, if I didn't see him, he wouldn't have been spooked. And he never brought me to a cemetery ever again. He still tried his stuff in other places, but a cemetery he would not go near after that night.
Because they can feel that energy too. Trust me. Papa Legba, he loves children, to the point where an offering are little small toys and penny candies. He's depicted as an old wise man and a little boy. So it's like, I truly like, and even in the chat, they were like, they think some people are saying Baron, but the 2 dogs, the oldness, the hat, like, I'm not getting Baron. I'm getting definitely Papa Legba energy, which just means you can be protected.
Yeah, well, it's funny that you mentioned that gifts, because my mother told me that the female side of my family always had gifts. And my first experience was very traumatizing, to the point where I blocked it out. So I'm 4 years old, and I'm laying in bed. My bed is always by the wall, always. There's never been a time where it's in between or in the middle. It just doesn't feel right. And I'm laying on my side, and there is a window, and then all of a sudden, now imagine... Okay, the best way I can describe it is like, you know how people come up in an elevator so smooth, coming up to the top? All right, so I saw this shadow, but I knew I knew I saw it, but I blocked it out so bad, because afterwards I ran out screaming. But I saw this figure rise up as if on an elevator going up on the side of me. And I shoot out, and I'm screaming to my mother, like terrorized, like, there's a monster in my room. There is a monster in my room. And of course, my mother believed me. My father, anyways, but he didn't believe in any of that stuff anyways. But he's like, oh, stop it, go back to bed. And I'm like, dude, there's a monster.
There's a mom, right? I don't know why parents do that to kids. Like, I hate it. They're just so innocent. Quick question, because the chat wanted to know, and I wanted to ask you as well. Someone said,
Sure.
not to be funny, but were you raised around a lot of African American people?
I was raised in the hood, y'all. I'll be honest. Like, I've always been in the hood. Like, I
Yes.
love, and also my family's very diverse. I have black, white, Spanish, Native, all
Yeah.
that in my family. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm.
Listen,
so
nothing
yes,
is
I have
beyond.
been.
There are people that are Caucasian that are a part of the religion and have initiated properly. So I just wanted to know, and I thought that was an interesting question that Teresa asked, because even though you're white, you still experience something that I have never even experienced. I've only seen him in my dreams. I've never seen him while I was awake. So Ashe. And I feel like that was his way of being like, come back here again. That was a warning for him. So, but I appreciate you
I think so too.
calling and sharing that. Thank you so much. I know that's super personal, but I'm glad you called in, girl. And please email me again while my assistant is off, because I can get to the email before her, because I am curious and I'd like to share this story a little bit further than this live. So please, please, please email me again, okay?
Oh, absolutely. I'll be definitely calling in again because I do have a few more experiences. But I'm going to give the other callers a chance because, you know, hey, I love hearing the stories because I'm a scaredy cat too. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a scaredy cat, but I love to hear it. I really do. I'll sit here and listen to this all night. And Austin, wonderful to meet you too, because if it wasn't for my girl Noah, I wouldn't have gotten in contact with you either. So y'all are so wonderful, and you definitely got us the subscriber.
Thank you.
Noah, you got a Patreon member.
Let's
so I heard you guys going to Bali, but
that's
you know
all
what I mean? It is what it is. Maybe next time.
Absolutely.
All right, but still,
this ain't the first. This is just the first. It won't be the last.
We're going to Bali the week after.
No, seriously, that's really a thing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
All right, y'all. Thank you. Have a good day. All right. Well, I'm still here. Don't get it twisted. I'm still here.
She's not on the phone.
Okay, so that is crazy. I forgot to tell you, something happened to my son the other day. I'm going to let whoever...
what is up with you and not telling me things until we get here? I mean, I get it. It's great for the reaction.
Oh, my gosh. I forgot. So the other day, my son is taking out an empty chip box, right? Like, you know how you get the family-size chips? He wants to be a strong, independent 8-year-old black man all of a sudden.
And let him. What's the...
And so I'm trying to let him and, like, let the leash go. So the garbage can is not far from my unit. And so he leaves. He comes back not even 15 seconds later, and he's running. He closes the door, locks it, and says, an old man is chasing me. So, of course, me and Mr. Fresh, we jump off the couch. We go out there. There's nobody.
I had to take that thing outside.
I did the same thing.
It's nobody out there. So I'm like, what in the hell? Like, so he gets in a car. He's driving around. This person would not have gotten far, Austin, at all. It wasn't. We were in the living room watching TV, and I just literally jumped up. I don't even think I had a bra on. I was so embarrassed. I was like running outside.
Where my baby?
Right. So I asked my neighbor, because she has a Ring doorbell camera on her back porch, which is right where he was at.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, hey, can I see your Ring footage? So it caught my son going to the mailbox. And initially, whenever he was running back, he was looking back like something was chasing him, but nothing was behind him. So you know what I did. So I done brung out all the sage, the cedar. I didn't start praying. I didn't start ringing my ancestor bell. I had to wake Papa Legba up. I had to do a bunch of stuff because I'm like, where is the person chasing him? He was terrified. And I said, well, what did he look like? He said it looked like a skull face with a black, like he was all black, wearing all black, but his face was like a skull. And I said, what in the fuck? I think my kids, something's very right and wrong with them, and I don't know how to help them because I don't have these type of issues. But I forgot to tell you about that.
Yeah, you did. What happened? What was up with that?
This was Sunday.
You and I text damn near. I actually get a little worried when you don't text me.
I know.
It actually makes me a little sad. I hope you understand that.
Gosh, I'm sorry.
I'm like, here's the thing. Robert, the guy that I work at the studio with, that I work with, he equated The first month I was out of the old studio in here, he said I was like the abused dog at the pound that he just picked up.
It's so true.
It's so true. George was,
It's so true.
I get it
We
though.
both were, man.
Yeah, we were both
Yeah.
just barking
Yes,
at everything,
yep.
trying to bite people that were trying to take my food, even though they weren't trying to take my
Right.
food. So I totally, I'm just emotional. I guess it is what it is.
You know what?
Bali will
I
fix me
text
though,
you
right?
more than I text my sisters.
Bali will fix me,
Don't
though.
tell Bali.
It really will,
You need
though.
to come on. Like
It will.
Bali absolutely will fix. Bali's gonna fix everybody's problem.
It'll
have a
it'll make
passport.
you
I think
realize what you want to do in life.
I'll just have to get
Yes.
No,
yeah.
I don't think you realize how humbling of an experience it is to leave out of the country
Oh my
until
gosh.
you leave out of the country.
It's so
You know what I
beautiful.
mean?
one. I mean,
Like,
I've been to like Mexico.
I mean,
before.
but
No, that's compared to some countries that I've been to. Mexico is luxury. Even like TJ is luxury compared to some.
Well, yeah, because some of these are legitimate third world
Yes,
countries.
No,
yeah.
for real.
I didn't know how blessed I was.
Do I get my own room if I go?
Oh, so you can, but the
But-
price.
okay, there's a but.
the price is for double occupancy. So like if you and
George, we spooning?
the miss.
I will get my own room. I don't give a fuck. Are you kidding me?
No, so
don't
that's,
give-
what,
I
that's
don't give
another
a
thing.
What the price is, dog?
I was gonna say,
paying it.
if you want your own room, they are limited. This is retreat style, so make sure y'all book y'all trip or at least reserve it. You don't have to pay for it.
Oh yeah, for all the
Yeah,
folks,
yeah.
like I know you only save $100 if you're one of the first 8 people to book. However, I want to set the disclaimer with you guys now. We are only permitted to take 24 people with us.
Oh.
Only 24 people.
Because everything is arranged. Like our transportation to these activities is arranged. And you got to think we can't, 100 people in a bus
Yeah.
with 12 seats.
No,
Probably
they
Well,
don't.
apparently
crazy.
I'm a millionaire over there, so I could just buy my own bus.
Yes,
No,
listen,
you
literally
probably
are.
really would be a millionaire though.
No.
What is that worth though over there? It's like
Okay, to be a millionaire, technically, you only need like $100.
wait for real?
It's like
I'm gonna be
it's
Jeff
like,
Bezos.
Because
It's like
they're-
2 million Indian rupees.
Yeah,
It's like 150
But
bucks.
they're not called Indian rupees. We just don't know the better term.
No, I think
for
it's
them.
IR.
No,
IR
it is something like that though. It is.
Bali currency,
Yeah. See, but either way.
Indonesian rupee,
Okay,
Yes, there it goes.
Indonesian.
Indonesian rupee.
rupiah.
Rupiah. I was like, I don't know what that is. But,
So what? Okay, let's put in like I just want to. Let's just say like 10 grand.
Okay, yeah.
First, let
What
me
I
set a
say?
disclaimer. Whenever you're traveling international,
There is a fee.
technically it is illegal to take more than 10,000.
Well, yeah, you don't take it in cash.
No,
Yeah, you take your
You
card. and
take
let
it on
and
your
you-
card.
and you tell your card I'm traveling.
I would never. I'm taking cash, bro. You rob me, you just gonna rob me. I'm sorry.
No, because they were trying to tell us. They told us at the money exchange in the Philippines, they were like, be careful because they will take your $100 bill to exchange it and then be like, it's fake, and I'm gonna keep it.
So
And
you
they
take your
don't-
own pen with you and you go, look at this right here.
They are
It's real.
People are crazy. They was like,
No, bro, they're behind glass.
No.
There ain't no getting that 100
no.
back.
They're like, ma'am, tuck your gold.
Yeah, they was telling us
Take
to
it
tuck our
off or
jewelry.
tuck it. I said, oh god.
I'm from the hood though.
Dog,
No,
yeah, we're
not this
good. We're
type of
big.
hood.
We're big. We're like 3 times the size of the people out there.
No,
we
seriously.
included?
You'd be there. Yeah, you'd definitely be
Be
looking
there?
down.
You're medium.
Yeah.
Medium.
Nah,
Yeah.
you'd be massive to them.
Yeah.
You'd be massive.
Chonky.
No, I would be massive.
King Bizarre.
Literally.
They be asking Austin, you want 6X? 6X?
Right.
And that's like an XL
Yeah.
here.
Right, at the XL here.
The
Yep.
truth.
Like,
The truth.
damn, you only gotta lower your voice when you're talking. Oh man.
Is there another call?
There's
Is it-
definitely
is
another
it-
call.
Oh,
Please save
wait.
us from my misery.
I'm sorry. Someone sent a. Is this the Cash App one?
Ooh,
There's a Cash App one. I thought.
Is there? I don't see one.
Where- Oh no.
I ain't getting no email.
No,
I'll
I'm
be
sorry.
honest. No, I think this caller has definitely been waiting. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, the call line is short. So if you want to get your story in, tonight's the night, especially since we're switching on over. But this next caller, 0333. 0333. Caller, you're in the room.
Oh, hello. Hey, Mr. Begone.
Hello, how are you?
So, I'm doing good. So, quick story. Do you think question. Do you think I can share 2 stories or?
I'm sorry. I can hear her.
She wants
Oh,
to
my
know because she
bad.
shared 2
My
stories.
bad.
Oh no. You're good. Go ahead. Yeah. You've been waiting
Okay,
so
period.
patient while we've been
So-
running
Yes,
our
thank
mouth
you.
talking about Bali and medium and large people.
Stories, for real. So, you know how in 2020, 2021, everyone was having social experiences. People was going around being by themselves, grounded.
Can you hear him?
Can you roll up the
I'm young.
window? Are you
I'm
like
sorry.
you're in a windy environment right now? It's kind of tough to.
Oh, my bad. Hold on.
Just want to make sure we
Yeah,
don't
I
rob
hear-
nobody of your story.
I know, because I want to hear it.
My bad. Can y'all hear me now?
Much better.
Yes.
Much better. So during 2020 to 2021, everyone was having their spiritual experiences, whatever. I was young. I'm 18 now, but I was young. Anywho. So this first one is a dream, and then the second one is going to be a clairaudient one. So the first one was this dream where I was in a bookstore, and I see this man, this African man, pop up behind me. And then I turn around, and since I like talking a lot, I was like, where do I come from? And then he just like smirked or whatever. And then I walked out the library, and he wasn't following me. I was like, wait, where did he go? And it's crazy because, like, you know how those, like, West African men, Sierra Leone, Igbo, Benin, Nigerian, Ghanaian, they be having them outfits with a little
Yes.
hat and the little clothing, and it's simple, but it's still giving.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's what that was. And I was just like, okay, I guess he's popping up to check on me, but, you know,
Right. That
crazy.
was weird.
I was just like, yeah. It wasn't weird because I didn't feel uncomfortable or anything. And I knew it wasn't a trickster spirit because I was heavy on her protection during that time, and I was like really working, put my foot in. So yeah, that's weird, I guess, because it's like I'm waiting to see you again because it's like I didn't answer my question in 20 years, but I'm not really that mad about it. But no.
It's probably an ancestor. Just to be honest.
Yeah, I definitely had lots of. I was working with my ancestors heavily. Everyone.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Then
so-
that's there we go. Because at least your ancestor actually came through. I accidentally opened a portal. This is why we don't play unless you know what you're doing.
No,
when I first
because-
started off.
I'm thinking the reason why is because when I was born, you know, the Christians, you know, my grandma Shaw, she was a Christian, and she actually didn't play. Like, she was nice. She was one of those nice Christians, non-judgmental Christians. And she didn't play. She put the oil right on my forehead. So I'm like, I guess that's why I don't really have that much negative experience, because to this day, she's still by me because of that, you know, oil transaction thing back in my school. But yeah, I was like, okay, I guess they don't play. And yeah, the second story is a little.
Uh-oh, we
I was
losing you. Can you hear me
meditating.
okay?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Can y'all
So
hear
the
her?
second story.
Yeah, it's just a little muffled.
Hold
I'm walking. Dang, I knew I should have stayed in my house.
on. No, you're
So
fine.
the second story was when I was meditating, and I was meditating. You know, it takes time for my clairaudience to kick in because, you know, I'm a little slow. And I heard this word. I heard this nice, feminine, soft voice. Just like time to go sleep. And I was like, okay. So it's like I guess I'm kind of smart. I guess it's like my spiritual team wants me to get my gifts, but it's like life right now is life, and so it's just like, okay, I'm coming home seeing y'all, but like that was weird because it's like they just be saying stuff, and it's like they make me solve puzzles and stuff. Like I have to solve puzzles, and it makes my brain hurt. And I'm just like, what do you mean by time to go home? Like you could have just said, come on with me, help you get your clear audience up, but you chose time to go home.
Right, scaring the hell out of me. What home are we talking about? The upper room,
Like-
or are we talking about where I
Right.
live at? So what I recommend is whenever
Right.
they start being that loud and just in your face, I would cleanse, and then you have a little bit of clairaudient going on. There are plenty of people that are professional clairaudients that can help you
Right.
and teach you how to like sharpen the skills so it just doesn't come off as random.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't sound like you're scared necessarily. It's just like, what the hell does that even mean? So you can understand messages better. But thank you so much for calling in.
Yes.
I feel like them is just your ancestors trying to get you to do
Yeah,
something
because
and all
they
that
just
good
be,
stuff.
yeah. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to call in because I had definitely crazy stories. These are more relaxing ones, but the other ones are more crazy. But
Yes, ma'am. Give us a
Yeah.
call back. I appreciate you watching the show and supporting us. Thank you so much.
period. Okay, love y'all. I just
Love you
subscribed to y'all
down.
Instagram.
Thank you.
Thank
Here
you.
we
Appreciate
go.
you a ton.
Big love.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. I love it. The callers have been good so
Yes.
far. Are we ready for our next one?
I think so. So somebody in the chat is a little nervous about sharing their story. I totally get it. It is scary to be on the show. I mean, I think out of everybody, the three of us, you, George, and I think you have the least amount of time on camera. But like, even still, you get over it.
Yeah, I'm scared. Like, I don't know why. Y'all still make me nervous. I promise. Sometimes I look at like my subscriber count. I look at my followers, and I'm like, why the fuck do they like me like this? Who am I?
So you have imposter syndrome.
So yeah, I deal with a lot of imposter syndrome, and then on top of that, just the fear of putting yourself out there. Like, I wanted to do social media back in 2009, whenever this app was a baby. I was scared.
That was like AOL back then.
Yeah, I had dial-up internet. No.
I had dial-up internet. I remember those days.
In like 2007.
It's so crazy being married to a content creator and like seeing all of the bullshit and the doubt, the cry. Like it's so many times where I'm like, babe, just record that video and put that shit out. She's like, no, I have to edit this 16 times. Like,
it has to be perfect.
I get that.
It never is. It never is.
I also wanted to touch, though, because people are putting it in the chat, that this is a judge-free zone. We're not going to judge you for your stories.
No. Listen, I've heard stories in my inbox of people hexing the moon.
Sometimes the moon deserves it, okay?
And trying to hex Donald Trump. That's a thing. And the government. You know, people, they put their stories out there, and we are not judgy in that way.
No.
And if somebody starts to judge, then
we'll shut it down.
Yeah, we'll take the appropriate.
Yeah, no.
We have our top people, aka Danette, on it.
You know,
you don't want to meet Danette.
I'll clock it in a minute because for some reason we always attract people that are like super conservative Christians, and they come in here once in a while showing a holy ass, and I have to, bring them back down. So don't worry about that.
Just because you don't believe in the same thing as everybody else doesn't mean that you have to make people feel bad. You know, me and Noah have our own beliefs. You know, we have our own belief systems. But that doesn't mean that I love her no less just because she believes in things that I may not be willing to open my eyes to at this moment.
Yeah, and you guys don't have to be scared to call in. Like, I think people only think that I deal with like African spirituality, and I just
the whole.
You wanna call in about aliens? Hey,
I love
George
aliens.
is your guy.
Somebody told me that Ludacris was an alien. I wonder if Mel's in here. Mel told me earlier. I kind of believe her once she said it. I started looking like, yeah, he really don't age like that. Oh, also, cryptids, anything, Bigfoot. It doesn't have to just be paranormal.
Are you a paranormal investigator in training? I want to hear about it. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Like almost everybody in this room has done it. We're taking Danette on the next one. She doesn't know it yet.
Are you gonna go?
Yeah,
I don't even believe it.
I'm still working on the Goldfield Hotel too. Still working on that one. Yeah.
There's a lot of places that are local to us, or like within a 5-6 hour radius. That are haunted as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I want to see about, and George, maybe we could spitball this. I want to see about doing series where like we go for like a day or two and we just see like everything in like a ghost town.
See, you're lucky because you could just go do that stuff and be cool. Like, I'm married to somebody who hears stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's like,
well, I mean, we take Brian with us, and then Brian's like, guys, and we're like, Brian.
I know, Brian, don't say nothing, please.
Right. He's the only one that's scared, and all of you guys are just like,
well, no. Okay.
He's not even scared.
The last one, George and I looked at each other a couple of times on the last one. We were like,
Brian, go do that.
Yeah, Brian, go do that. Oh, Steven, go. It's your house. You go look at it.
Yeah, and
so that's
y'all
why y'all
ain't
put her
shit.
in that back room by herself.
No.
No,
I think you wanted to do it. You were like, I want to try it.
I was like, I'll go by myself. And I ended up going in there, but
I think it felt better there.
Yeah.
Because you knew you had 8 people watching a screen watching you. So you're like, I'm not actually alone.
Even. It was scary still, bro.
It was dark.
It was
That's the thing
ass
is, like,
black.
You can see, like, the cameras we use are IR, so you can see everything. But for us,
nothing. Black.
If you watch the first investigation we did with at the Pioneer, I start the video with George when we were doing. I wasn't even in there. I was actually recording a show. George, Travis, and Chase were testing the cameras. We had just gotten them, and they were in Studio B with just all the lights out, and George was like kind of freaking out, low key.
Oh my god,
Super
I don't
freaking
blame
out.
him.
What
It's
what
scary.
happened, George? What was making you?
Yeah,
Nervous.
because IR is 10 times scarier. That's just what IR does.
Was it like the realization of like, oh, this is
Yeah, it's sinking in that it's gonna be scary. It was the first ghost hunt, and now I'm a seasoned veteran. Some could say. Yeah.
Between my kids and you, y'all are gonna make me seasoned veterans because, baby, I do not see dead people every day, but it's
Every
still,
day.
it's nerve wracking.
It's only Tuesdays and Thursdays.
It's
you
only
see.
on
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
It's like twice a month something creepy as shit happens to one of my kids, and I'm just like, don't start. Like if Max comes in and she's like, "Mom," and it's in the middle of the night,
Nope.
I'm like, no.
Take a number.
I said,
Do you have like
I
do you
can't.
have like one of those, like the counter, the number? Just take a
Man,
number. I'll get to it tomorrow.
At this point, I'd be like, listen, go get the spirit bath. So, cause she's old enough, like she's practicing too. So I'm like, go get the spirit.
I've met
She'll-
Max.
Yeah, and she's, yeah, that's my baby girl. But she gives me the blues. She scares the shit out of me some days. And now Flash is starting to do the same thing. I don't have time.
That's crazy. It's only 2 of our 4.
Oh no, I don't know if Tootie knows how to talk good enough to tell you much of anything.
How old is that one?
He's 4.
Oh, that's why.
No. He be talking though, and he be talking shit too. But so he's been using his you know how you say I'm hungry? He be like, me hungry. And I just realized I was watching Sprint on Netflix with the runners and everything from the Olympics, and
He talks
Don't
like
remind
that.
George about that.
I said, oh. We're gonna talk about the Olympics. So
Save
I
it?
realized I think my son was reincarnated, but he used to be a Jamaican man back in the day, and that's
A
why he
Jamaican
says,
man.
this is my delusion, okay? Because I'm like, I keep correcting him on this me. But whenever he says it, he sounds
Mommy
like,
want to go.
Yeah, that's
That was so good.
Because at first I thought he sounded British, and I'm like, no more Pepper Pig. But then I was like,
Pig.
he's speaking patois and English put together. I don't know what that.
Hit him with the.
Why are you running?
I literally am over here trying to get him an appointment with a speech therapist, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe he just hasn't disconnected from his past life. I'm just gonna leave him alone because now it's getting clear in its eyes. But sometimes he comes back and it's me hungry and British and patois.
All right, George.
Next caller.
Yeah, let's get to the next call. We'll take a couple more, then
Yes,
we're gonna take a quick
because
break.
a lot of people took our heed here. So our next caller is going to be 9755. 9755.
Got the chat wheezing right now.
I don't know.
Why are you
I don't
running?
know how to use Discord. I'm a
Caller.
senior citizen.
Hi.
You're in
Hi.
the room, brother.
George. Oh,
Is that George?
That is.
Hi.
How y'all doing?
Hello.
Hi, Noah. Hi, Austin.
hello. How are
Hi,
you?
guys.
Do I
Hi,
know-
Noah's husband.
Do I know this person? Have I talked to you before?
No, but I do follow you. And I took your heed on the Trinity Sisters. So I did book with Jasmine, and I had a really interesting reading.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
So-
You sound like someone else. I'm like, I know that voice. Maybe I don't. What's your name? Or did she already say her name?
My name is. No, I'm sorry. I'm nervous. My name is Chelsea.
Hi, Chelsea.
You're doing
Thank you
great.
for calling in. My bad. I just interrupted you and probably made you even more nervous. Don't mind me, please.
I mean, I'm glad you guys talked about the nervousness because I was going to basically disconnect.
No,
So I'm
we're all
like, okay,
good.
maybe
Don't
that's
hang
a sign to stay
I be
on.
nervous too. Trust
That's one
me.
thing you got to remember, Chelsea. Nobody knows who you are or where you're
Yeah,
from.
we don't even know if your real name is
So
Chelsea.
you could be Chelsea Brown. Your real name could be Chastity. We don't know.
Yeah, so you don't have to worry about it.
Okay. All right. So I have two stories, but they collide together. So I'm just going to go for it. Okay. So basically, I'm from the DMV area. My mom got married and we moved to South Jersey. We moved into this red brick house. The house never sat well with me. And to give you guys some context, I'm very sensitive to a lot of things, people, places, and things. And I didn't know that at the time. So when we moved into the house,
with my brother and sister, my mom and her husband. Everything was cool. Everything was fine until we were left alone. My mom worked overnights, and my dad did as well. So we would, we were latchkey kids. We stayed at home by ourselves all the time. So we kind of, did the Matilda thing for a while.
Right.
So there was one particular night, I started hearing voices. They weren't apparent to everybody else, but they were apparent to me. I couldn't make anything of it. I thought I was scared to talk to people about it because I would sound very strange.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of just left it alone until there was one night where my brothers and sisters and my dad left to go to a gas station to go get, some hoagies and stuff for dinner, because that's what kids eat, just nuggets and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed home. Mind you, this is a big red brick house, 3 stories. I was on the 3rd floor in my room, and I turned on all the lights because it's a big house, very spacious, and I'm the only one there. Mm-hmm. So I closed the door, and I remember putting on headphones, and I was listening to Alicia Keys at the time. Mm-hmm. And then I heard knocking outside my bedroom door, as if somebody was knocking on my door. Mm-hmm. So I take my earphone out and I listen. And do you ever get that feeling when the air is very still? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like you feel that static energy. Mm-hmm. So I felt that immediately. And so I tried to shake it off and turn on the music again. And then I heard the knocking again. It was 3 knocks. Mm-hmm. And so I got out of bed, and I'm thinking, it's my little brother and my sister, playing jokes on me. They got home, and I just didn't hear them come in. Mm-hmm. So I opened the door, and it's nobody there. I'm like, hey, guys, stop playing. You can come out now.
Right.
And nobody's there. So I go to close the door, and I just stood there, listening, just to see if I, tripping. And so before I get back on my bed to put on my music again, the fire alarm goes off in the house.
Oh no. That scares me. I'm getting nervous for you because in my head, I'm 3 knocks, it means something non-human. So it's
3 is non-human?
Yes, that's demonic.
Like a shapeshifter.
Don't ever, if somebody 3 knocks on your door, if somebody knock on your door in the middle of the night, yeah, listen, he said, I got something for that.
Got the Mousca-tool.
That's what, not the Mousca-tool.
You can't shoot something that ain't real.
Right. That's
it's
real, but it has no form.
Scary Movie 2, those ghost guns. I need to.
Oh, yeah. The brr, brr. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's
sorry. We don't need to cut into your story.
Sorry.
We'll make sure you can finish.
So the fire alarm goes off after this 3 knocks or whatever.
So the fire alarm goes off, and so I bust out of my bedroom, and I'm running down the stairs, checking to see if anybody's there, if anybody trips the alarm. There's no fire, there's no smoke, there's nothing, and then goes off. And so I'm scared at this point. So I'm looking out the window, am I being pranked? What is going on? So I go down to I don't know why I went down to the basement, but I went down to the basement, and I felt this heavy energy. Okay. So in my basement, there's that one door that's, the sliding door with, you can see outside. Mm-hmm. And it usually lets a little light in, but it was dark. I couldn't see across the room. It was very deep darkness. I couldn't see anything. And that wasn't normal. Usually you can see silhouettes of stuff, but it just seemed like a large black mass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I ran back upstairs because I felt something saying, get out. So I ran back upstairs. The fire alarm goes off again. So I'm tripping. I go outside, and as soon as I go outside, I see literally somebody TP'd my house, the trees outside of my house. And I'm like, what is going on? And then my neighbors jump out hey, we scared you. And I'm like, no, were you in my house? And you're like, no, what are you talking about? And then my parents come home, my siblings, they're like, what the hell is this? I'm like, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
So like, I'm like trying, like, I'm like explaining, I'm like, I don't know. Like, so I was like super confused. Like, I'm like, were you in my house? Like, were you around my house?
Right.
Like, did you trip the alarm? And they're like, no, we just got here. And then like, I'm looking at my parents, my siblings, and they're looking at me like, why are you outside in your pajamas? Like,
Right.
what is going on?
Because I wasn't
Like,
going
why
back
do you
in
look
there.
like that?
That's scary as hell. I'm
Right.
not going back in. And they said in the chat,
So
and I have a better like explanation because I said it was it's non-human, it's demonic. But they're saying in the chat, the 3 knock is mocking the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Oh,
but
okay.
somebody said they knock like that. I knock like that too. But like, I'll be like, right, that's 4.
Yeah.
But this sounds like it's a different knock. So if you knock
Exactly.
3 times,
Sheriff's Department.
if you do that, that's nothing. Yeah, you do the Sheriff's Department one. That's nothing. Right. We're talking about a loud, like, that's
Yeah,
demonic.
exactly. That's what it sounded like.
Yep.
So going into the second story, which ties into this one. So after that, I was freaked out, obvious, as you can tell. So any outing everybody had, I would go with them. I wouldn't stay home alone.
Mm-hmm.
So there was like a holiday, I think it was like Memorial Day weekend. Our neighbors invited us over. They had a cookout. It was cool. We had, a bunch of food. It was very lighthearted. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
So my mom normally doesn't drink. I've never seen her drink. She was just having a good time. She had some wine. And I was like, okay, that's cool.
Right.
And so I went home, I walked, across the lawn back to the house. And, some of my siblings came with me, so I wasn't alone. I went back to the house and, I'm waiting for my parents to come home. Like, I'm watching TV. I'm in my room. And so I think I'm the only one left, like, awake by the time my mom gets home, because she was out late at the neighbor's house. Mm-hmm. So I hear her coming up the stairs, and she sounds very like she's stumbling up the stairs. She opens the door, and immediately when I saw her, she didn't look herself. Like, she looked like, in her eyes, she looked like somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately it caught me off guard. And she sat next to me and she said, "What are you doing?" And I said, Nothing. Watching TV.
Right. Nothing.
And she was like, huh, strange. And then she looks down and starts like, I don't know, kind of like when your dog sees something off in the distance and you can't see it. She started like zoning out like that.
What?
And so I stared at her. I'm like, Mom, like I start snapping. I'm like, Mom, are you good? And she was just like, no, I'm fine. Like very slurred. I'm like, okay, maybe you should go to bed. Right. I was like, maybe you should go to bed. And I don't know, that her energy, it wasn't her. I just knew in my soul it wasn't her.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why
I've never seen her like that in my life.
Yep, calling drink spirits. There's a reason. We talked about that last week?
We talked about it.
Yep, and you just have to be so careful. Like whenever I'm inebriated, I like to be inebriated in the house because in my safe space.
Or George is my DD.
Yep, because you can't being out and about at other people's houses. You don't know what kind of energy they got in their shit. So then you bring it home and you don't realize it. You think you just turned up. No.
And if you're somewhere you comfortable, you probably not covering your head.
No, ain't got a head
protecting
covering.
your crown. It's a lot that you got to do whenever you drinking out in public.
Yeah.
Right. Right. So I basically usher her back to her room. The next morning, I go check on her. She has a splitting headache, of course. And we're talking about last night if she remembered anything. She said no. And so, like, we're just chit-chatting. My sister was next to me. And my mom, she looked down at her phone, and she said, "Chelsea, why are you texting me?" And me and my sister looked at each other. And my mom was like, why are you texting me? You're right here. I'm like, Mom, I don't have my phone.
What did
And she was like, "Where's your phone?" I was like, my phone was in my room.
Oh, my gosh. Sheesh.
The text said from Chelsea. It said, "Did you get home okay?"
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Hold a damn minute. I'm all into this is like a fucking movie in my head. I'm like, so the next morning she asked, "Why are you texting me?" And the text said, "Did you make it home?" But you clearly talked to your mom the night before, and you clearly did not have your phone. Was this the same house that was having the other issues?
Brick house?
Yep.
Yeah.
Same
You
house.
guys were roommating with a low vibrational demon, it sounds like, because what the hell? I just, that is crazy. Thank you so much for
Yes,
sharing.
thank you for calling in.
It's always
That
the
was a
ones that
good
act
one.
like they scared to
The
tell
ones
you their
that shy
stories.
or like got stage fright has the juiciest tea.
Right, I felt like I was in the corner in the rocking chair.
I know. She was making me nervous. I had to put my hand on my hip. I said, "What now? What's gonna happen now?" Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so
I
much for
appreciate
calling in.
it. Damn.
I think we're gonna take a quick little
I'm
break.
gonna have nightmares. We're gonna take like a 3-4 minute break.
Max, I'm thinking 2 to 3 minutes. We're
Yeah.
gonna get some water, refresh.
Yes.
I invite you guys to do the same. If you're not already cozy, go make, or some of our listeners go pour a drink.
Yeah, pour
Yes.
your drink,
Pour
roll
your
up
drink.
your grass,
get your treat,
whatever.
whatever makes you comfy. Get your popcorn.
Oh yes.
George grass. That's all you
Yes.
Hit your pen. I mean, whatever
I know.
it is that.
I know my pops is watching at home right now. The little bong sitting to his right. Take a rip, pops.
Come on,
Yes,
Fernando, take one for
give
us.
us about a 2 to 3 minute break. We only got one bathroom. We've been drinking coffee,
Red
water,
Bulls.
Red Bulls. Just don't go nowhere.
Don't go
y'all.
anywhere. We'll be right back. I promise.
Calling my name, it's been in the form of whisper, and it's also been like through the window for the outside of the bedroom and from like somewhere else in the house.
Do you not want us being in your space?
So you're not in here anymore? Did you leave? Where did you go?
I'm getting nervous.
I wasn't nervous on the second one, and I am.
Either create a
It
line.
just said Austin. It just said Austin.
Is that what it was? I could have swore I saw something just move in the laundry room.
Look at that. No, this feels a little weirder. Yeah.
It's always creepier, right? when the world starts to shut down and everything else starts to wake up.
Are you here?
Oh wow.
What's your name? Let's communicate.
Oh wow.
Who's with us? Here we go.
Wow.
Now we got some activity. Who's in here with us?
Wow.
Yeah, we feel you. We know you're here. Show us another sign. You guys can feel that, right?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Show us another sign. Can you touch something or move something? Can you make a noise that we hear? was that?
In the door frame here, like in between the door and the frame, I saw I saw it like get darker and then lighter.
We will be right back. And we're coming back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
If you want to hear more of that, sign up for the Bali trip.
Oh yeah, I can really get into my throat singing when we're in Bali. Oh. And we're gonna definitely end tonight's stream again with some sound healing.
I
Yeah,
really like that.
I think it's a nice little way to wrap it up. But yeah, I think we have quite the plethora of callers.
Yes.
And you know what I realized is that some of the callers that were in the Zoom, I'm not sure if they could have heard the music that I was playing during the break. So they started having a conversation with each other. In the Zoom call, which I thought was amazing. So I think that should be a rule. Whenever we do go on break, everybody in the Zoom call, it's a free-for-all until we come back.
Yeah, it's like a mixer.
Yeah. It's like the chat, but in vocalization phone call.
seriously.
Yeah.
That'd be super cool. Like,
Just don't
hey,
be
what
trying to
kinda-
find like no boyfriends or girlfriends,
Yeah,
baby
hey,
daddies up
hey,
in
listen.
there. Like,
Hey,
That's they
love,
business.
hey,
you
love
in North
can be
Carolina
found
anyway.
anywhere.
I was thinking of, oh my gosh, it's so crazy because in the bathroom I was like, what else can I do that's like
Love
like
making?
this?
Love
so I was
matching?
like, spiritually in love. And were you just humming dangerously in love, or am I tripping?
I was
No.
singing "What's Love Got to Do with Us."
Oh,
Is that dangerously in love?
It's kind of dangerous.
that was dangerous. That relationship was definitely dangerous. That's like Tina Turner. But no, I love that you guys unmuted yourselves and mingled a little bit. Like, hey, what kind of spirit did you see?
cool.
Oh, Yeah.
So to kind of add on to that, can I get some W's or some love in the chat for
Yes.
our mod Mari, because she's working on the back end right now, building
Thank
us
you.
a Discord channel for
Please.
this show. So I actually put a poll out. We're at 70 votes, and I said, should we start a Calls from Beyond Discord channel? And 81% said yes.
Yes.
So you guys want the Discord channel. So we're going to make that for you. We might even, once this channel is able to accept members, we might even make a Patreon for
just Calls from Beyond.
Just for Calls from Beyond, and then we'll even
Who
have
knows?
like a little extra, like members only parties or whatever. Maybe
Put a
you and
little
I
zang in it.
you and I can hop in, do some.
We need to create like a new something to be said instead of saying that you put your poll out. Like that just sounds kind of spicy.
I took a census. I took a census in the YouTube chat.
I felt like there should have been a pause that came after that, Austin. I'm just saying.
Ain't no pause.
Yes,
Ayo, pause.
I love that you guys stuck around. Can you please, let's just have a 30-second tap the hearts, please, so we can get on the main page of YouTube, like, share. If you're not subscribed, if you just came in, go ahead and do that now. Let's just tap our screens and get this further than what it is now, because we can get everybody over here. And we were saying, like, everybody didn't successfully come over, but the majority of you guys did. And I'm so proud.
We're sitting at 143 strong right now.
Yeah. So
Beautiful. That's a beautiful conversion.
So
I just like everybody in one chat.
Yeah,
there's
me
something
too.
about it that makes me very, very happy.
I know, because I'm like, who's Mari? I thought it was Danette over here. I'm like, Danette, are you Mari?
No,
And
Mari's,
like, no, that's my mod. And I'm like, oh, hey, girl, hey.
We're all at the same party, but in different rooms.
Yeah,
now the
exactly.
party has
It's
been
like
is one room.
We left the techno room and now we're in the hip hop room.
Yeah,
And, we'll
yep.
probably go upstairs to the rock and roll.
Yep.
But we move together now.
Yep. one band, one sound, one units.
No, it's just a music festival all together.
Yeah.
Yes. So people are already starting to show hype for the Discord channel. They're like, if we can have rooms to kind of talk. Yeah, the whole thing is the Discord is it's not just for us to.
Yeah.
If you want to join like a broadcast channel, we could start that too on Instagram, so we can just post for you guys.
See, you're speaking Mandarin. I have no idea. What the hell is that even? Like,
Well, I know Danette just started one for Truly Bizarre.
Yes.
While we were live just now. So
Danette, help me.
we're trying with your account. Your account for some
no
reason it's like not letting us. So we're working on the back end.
I have no clue what a Discord. I have a Discord for my patrons.
Right.
I don't know how to use it. So I just be like, I think I used it one time and I said, okay, this is above my technical.
Yeah, you have to like
knowledge.
set it up and
no
manage
idea.
permissions and all that stuff.
Yep. So we'll have that coming to you guys very, very, very soon.
Hoping we'll see. Mari's working her magic, so whatever Mari's able to do, I'm forever thankful for. But we might even have it tonight.
Yeah.
For this show, so you guys can start hanging out. But yeah, George, who do we have? Let's get to some more callers. By the way, before we, excuse me,
You get
water's
old.
getting me. Water's getting
You
me.
got indigestion, heartburn.
I've had that. Oh, heartburn is rampant. It wakes me up in the middle of the night. Wakes me up. I think I should get sponsored by Tums. But so if you do want to skip the line, because there's quite a few callers, you won't be able to super chat right now. We're still growing this channel. But if you want to, Mari, if you're here, you could put it in the chat, or I'll put it in the chat. You can send a Cash App to Calls From Beyond for $10, and we'll skip you across the line. If you just want to support, you can still send a Cash App. If it's 30 cents,
And put your last 4 digits in the
put the
Cash
last
App.
4 digits. If you send 30 cents on Cash App, I'm giving it to George right off the rip. Every little bit helps.
Yes.
For just $1 a day, you could feed Austin Taco Bell.
True.
I'm mad at Taco Bell. They messed up my order the other day.
I'm sorry to go on I'm sorry to go on a tangent, but I already hate Taco Bell.
The Taco
'Cause
Bell
it's fake,
on
it's fake
Decatur.
Mexican
I don't
food.
consider it Mexican food. It's just its
No,
own
it's
food.
just food.
But
It's just food.
The one on
It's just
Decatur can count their fucking days. Okay, I'm about done
I
with
spent
them.
$30 at Taco Bell. They messed up my order. So he said he'll replace the whole order. All right, cool. We go back in to get the order replaced. They replaced the order wrong again, but make us wait 30 minutes for some wrong food. And then when we told him it was wrong, had an attitude and made it over. So it took us 50 minutes and 3 slushies.
See, for
my
me,
God.
I ordered. Our washing machine broke.
Okay.
So, the missus had to go over to Danette's house to do laundry. So I had the little man by myself. So I was like, well, we're going to,
Go to
it's
Taco
been a little bit of a
Bell.
rough day. Well, I got him McDonald's because God forbid that boy does not get chicken nuggets and fries.
Nuggets and fries. Yep.
He needs it. So I go there and then I go to Taco Bell and so I love the jalapeno sauce.
Me too.
And so I tell them every time I order quesadillas, I go extra
sauce. They never do it.
No, they do it.
No, they don't do it for me.
This time they put extra sour cream.
Oh.
And I hate sour cream.
Okay, you know what? Actually, Taco Bell, if you are watching, we love your food.
We love you. Please sponsor us.
Please
I will tattoo you on my forehead. All right?
I'll get a Mexican pizza right here. Right here. Promise.
All right, George, let's get to the next caller. I'm wasting everybody's time here.
Alrighty, our next caller is going to be 3166.
3166.
3166. We got. I want to go back to looking at the zip codes. Caller, you're in the room.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes. Hey.
Hey, I'm so happy you guys are back.
Oh, thank you. It feels good to be back.
It does.
Okay, so I have a story that I was supposed to call back in season 1 for, and I just never got around to it. So I had previously called about like my little cousin being possessed in my room and dreams that I'd had that came true and stuff like that. So last I talked to you guys, I was like, oh, I had this really terrifying dream that's really stuck with me. And it just, I've only had it once, but the realness of this dream, like usually my issue is the dreams are repetitive and then something happens. But I've only had this dream once. It was real enough for me. I'll just get to it. So basically, I'm pulling out of this parking lot, and this car next to me is playing music hella loud or whatever. I'm very particular about what I allow in my ears and whatnot. So I don't listen to certain things, and that's no judgment to people that do. By all means, do you, boo? But I just kind of, like, even in my dream, I glanced over at the car, and I just smiled because they looked at me. I looked at them. I'm obviously in their business. So I just give a little smile or whatever. And I go back to turn around. And then all of a sudden, the passenger reaches over and shoots me. And it hits me right in my chest. And I can feel it. Like, I can feel it. Like, almost as if it made me come out of my dream. Like my chest was hurting. I remember the panic and like, oh my gosh, I have to call my mom. Like I'm on my way to I have to call my mom and let her know what happened, blah, blah, blah. All this thing, the whole thing, it freaked me out for real because I could feel it, like the actual pain, the bullet going in. Like it was just all so real. So for the longest time, I don't care what I was going through in my car. When a white car pulled up next to me, I just didn't look. I was like, no.
Nope. You got PTSD from a dream, Lord. But you know what? I pump it all the time. Like, go to a dream interpreter, especially if you felt this once you woke up, because I've been in tussles and I can feel the pain whenever I'm still like mid-sleep. And usually it's me having sleep paralysis, fighting for my life, child. But I never feel it whenever I wake up. Like, I'll feel it for a split second once that, like, millimeter of a second I open my eyes, but it immediately goes away.
I mean, last week you had scratches on your neck.
I still
covered
have
that.
them. They're literally
Loud.
Oh, yeah, I saw that photo. That was crazy.
It's crazy. So I would definitely say see a dream interpreter. They be on point. They'll tell you.
Yeah, I was watching your Oracle sister one.
Mm-hmm. Yep. One of them is, and I can never remember. I think it's Erica, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. But they interpret dreams, but they're also psychics. Like, they talk to ancestors and spirit guides. So that's scary as hell. Can you imagine being shot and feeling it when you wake up?
George, you have a story.
I will.
When I got shot in the head?
Yeah, well, we were working at Sticky Paws.
It was, and so very rarely do I ever get like dreams in the first place. Like I dream once every month, possibly. And this one I got shot right in the head, execution style. Like it was bananas. And it was when I didn't get paid. It was like the day after, and it's like a sense of powerlessness.
Yes.
You know, like, so, I mean, that's my spooky story.
How did I forget about that? Because you told me that, and I was like,
Yeah,
what?
you never told me. I thought we were buddies.
I was saving it for,
You
I was
hide
saving
everything
it for this
from me.
moment.
I know. I'll tell you like a week later. Oh, I forgot to tell
Austin,
you.
did I tell you that I dreamt of you like 6 months later? I'm like, no. You
That's
also
me.
text me though, like when we were having problems with the studio, she texted me. Like I didn't provoke her. What's going on? I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
What?
Because you can feel that shit. Like it's so crazy. Just the spiritual realm in general, the things that you experience and see and feel. And that's why I'm like, girl, go see somebody and ask them about this. I mean, of course, Google it, but it's
I don't really have to check it out. After I watched the video about that, I was like, okay.
Yeah, no, it hits different whenever you're literally talking to someone who's talking to an ancestor or whatever the case is, and that can tell you exactly what that means. So, but thank you so much for calling.
Thank you so much for
Crazy.
calling.
Can I?
Oh no, go ahead. Do you have
Okay, thank you guys.
Wait, did she
Oh, well, I was going to say one
Sorry.
quick thing just because you were talking about, like,
Go ahead. You're still in.
Are you still in?
sorry, you good? Okay. Okay, cool. So I was going to say, so just talking about, like the spiritual realm, hive mind type thing. So a couple weeks ago, I was, like, driving home, and for whatever reason, in my head kept popping systemically and systematically, like just like that though. It kept repeating over and over and over again. And I was like, why can't I get these two words out of my head? Like what? And then as I started thinking about it, I was like, oh, aren't they spelled the same? And then I don't know, I just got on some weird ass tangent about that. And then I ended up talking to my mom like a couple weeks later, and she was like, oh, that's so weird because I was doing this little thing where those things kept popping up for me. And I was like, oh, well, do you dream about things and they come true sometimes? Which I think you guys asked me before. And she was like, but like I told y'all before, she'd be like, real quick to be like, okay, let's move on.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. She's like, nope. That's all. That's just her way of being like, some people just do not want to even open Pandora's box in that matter. And I get it. I
don't use any of my paranormal equipment at my house.
Absolutely not.
Nope. That's my safe spot.
Nope.
Oh, yeah. That would be forbidden. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much for the
Okay,
call.
thank you guys. I'm going to go back on hold if y'all make it back around to me.
All right, we'll do. So George, we got our first Cash App from J Riz for $22.
Thank
That's
you.
going to be 471. I think I put it in the chat.
Yes.
4-1
And then-
4-7-1-4.
And then we have
And
another
then-
one after that.
Real quick. Oh, there's another one.
No, the one you're about to mention.
I was gonna ask. I don't know if she was next, but she's been waiting. She said she's been in the chat or in the waiting room for 45 minutes. So I wanted to get to her. If we don't have any other,
for sure. After this, this super chatter, 4714.
I think they're already in.
4714.
Can you hear us?
I may have accidentally muted you. I'm sorry. There we go. Caller, you're in the room.
Okay, I hit star 6 again.
Oh,
Appreciate
hello.
you.
How's it
Welcome
going,
in.
everybody?
Good. How are you?
So, I've been meaning to tell this crazy story. I actually had a reading with Noah prior to all the changes with the show, and I was supposed to call in, and then like all the YouTube channels changed and everything. So shout out to Fresh, shout out to Noah, shout out to Austin, George.
Did you see my ebook?
I think you'll probably. Yes, you know who I am.
I didn't read the ebook. I'm still on the nicotine train. I know exactly who this is. So he sent me an ebook.
You'll be fine.
And he was like, everybody I ever sent this to quit smoking. Do you remember I told you about that ebook?
Yes.
I remember.
I remembered it.
Yep, he's over here with
never
the judge
take
of eyes.
another puff, man. I'm glad to see you guys growing, man. Everything is amazing. The energy is amazing.
Thank you.
So I have a million stories, been an empath myself, but this is a story that I was telling you about a while back when I had my reading with you. And so anyone listening, if you haven't had a reading with Noah, you're really missing out. I mean, it's so accurate that it's scary. Like I gotta have another reading with you. So much has changed since we've spoken. But to try to get to the story really fast. So my mother died, probably I guess like 2018 or so, pre-pandemic, and this was before the P word. I don't know if I can say that. And there are several funerals that I was invited to, but like after losing my mother, I just had no. I just didn't want to go to a funeral. You know, I'm like, that's the very last thing I want to do, right? So, long story short, about a year, it was sometime last year. Yeah, my buddy's mother died, and she was like a mother to me. So there's just no way I could miss her funeral. And so I went, and then I prayed about it and just, you know, asked God for protection and energy to get through this. And so a lot of stuff happened. I don't know if these things are related or not. I'm just going to put it out there. So before his mother died, she died unexpectedly. It wasn't like she had been long-term sick or anything. She was literally getting ready. She's like, I'm not feeling well. Told her husband, I want to go to the hospital. And his mother, you know, if you know, maybe it's not a black thing or anything, but I'll just say it's a black thing. His mother's like, I got to take a bath. I have to be clean before I go to the doctor or the hospital.
Yeah.
And so that's what she was doing. And unfortunately, he was calling her name. She didn't respond. And she had passed away. And so I found out. So I went, visited, and so I stayed at his place. And after the funeral, everyone met at his home, and there were several people at the house. We kind of had like a barbecue after the funeral, so to speak. And different people were there. And so I was looking for one person in particular. His name was King. So there's a basement, and the basement's the lower level, and the house has like 3 levels. So I'm looking for King. I'm like, where's King? And I see King sitting in a chair in a corner in the basement. And I know I'm seeing this guy. Like, I see King sitting there, and I'm like, hey, King, you know, I wanted to ask him something. I don't remember now. And then as I got downstairs, he's not sitting there. There's absolutely nothing there. It's a doppelganger that literally looks just like him. And I'm like, okay, I know I haven't drank that much. Like, maybe I had 1 beer. So I'm like, it's way too early to be tripping. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, whatever. And so I'm still looking for him. So I go upstairs, and I'm asking people, I'm like, where's King? They're like, oh, yeah, he's downstairs. So I go back downstairs. Then there's a bar area. This basement is pretty big. It's a fully finished basement. I see him sitting at the bar. And so I walk up to him, and I'm talking to him. King is not there. And I'm like, okay, this shit is getting like hella weird.
Yeah,
This is not cool at all. So I go back upstairs, and I asked someone else again. I'm like, okay, I thought King was downstairs. You're telling me he's downstairs, but I saw him, but I didn't see him. They're like, yeah, no, he's downstairs. So I go downstairs. I saw him. We talked, and he said, all right, I'll be right back. And I'm like, okay. So I continued to the bar, and I'm hearing him coming back downstairs. I look, and I'm talking to him, and it's not him again. I go back upstairs. I'm talking to my friend. I'm like, hey, where the hell is King? Because he was supposed to be coming downstairs. He's like, oh, he's been sitting out here for the last 15 or 20 minutes. No way in hell, because I've had a conversation with him and everything. What do you mean he's been sitting out here? So now I'm like frozen. I'm frozen. And I don't know. I'm not going to talk to anybody about this shit or whatever. So one of my friends come, and it's my ex-girlfriend, but we're real cool because we were all like family. And she comes, and I didn't say anything to her about it. And so we eventually went downstairs. We go to the basement, and everybody else kind of left or what have you. And we're just talking and stuff. And she's like, who is that guy at the bar? And I'm like, it's supposed to be King. She's like, what the hell you mean it's supposed to be King? She's like, since I've been here, I've been seeing shit. I'm like, okay.
Okay.
All right. So now I'm not the only one.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah. So she's like, I know you see that motherfucker in the corner over there. And I'm like, yes, I've been seeing this person all night. And so it was like one particular entity that was in a corner that was kind of conducting the other energies.
Yes.
And so we just kind of got into a conversation about it. And I was kind of joking like, nah, that shit's not real. Like, you know, it's just messing with your head and shit. Then the shit turned up all the way for real. Shadow demons started appearing, running through the walls like they were running fucking track, like the Olympics. I'm talking like, this shit is just insane. And I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. And so I'm seeing this, and I'm like, I know she sees this shit too, but I didn't want to confirm it. And so she's like, I know you saw that shit that I just saw. And I'm like, yeah. And so I informed him, like, you can't fear it. If you fear, you feed it energy. So you cannot fear it. We recognize it. We know it's here, but we can't fear it. Okay, so long story short, I'm trying to make the story as short as possible. His house is huge, and so his daughter is down in the basement with us, and I'm like, why the fuck is she down in the basement in the guest bedroom when he has a whole damn house upstairs, you know? We're hearing people upstairs having a party. No one's in the house but she and I. All of a sudden, her keys are missing. We can't find her keys. Don't know where her keys are. We're literally seeing people going up and down the stairs. We're hearing stuff. We saw his daughter. And here I am, like, scared as hell, but I'm trying to be brave because I'm supposed to be a man and shit, right? So I'm like, okay, let me go check on it.
I'm supposed to be a man and shit.
I go and I look down the hallway. Right, yeah, you know, and I literally see this entity go up the stairs and then look down at me to confirm that I saw it. And I'm like, you motherfucker, you know?
So check you too, and you go up to the top.
These are some of the pettiest ghosts and doppelgangers I've ever heard of.
Petty ass spirits, you know what I mean?
Right.
And so then this door slams shut, and I go and sit down, and I didn't say anything. And she's like, I know you saw the same shit I saw, and I know we heard the same shit. And it just became progressively worse. All of a sudden, then I can't find my keys. Man, I don't know
them cars.
where they went. Like my keys.
We would have walked.
Exactly.
Uber.
And so long story short, so literally the entire night, this shit just goes on. It's like a damn Cirque du Soleil of demons. The shadow shit's going all across the walls. We're hearing stuff upstairs. It's like a party. We're seeing apparitions of his daughter that we knew she didn't leave her room. We're still looking for our keys. I finally found my keys way away from where they should have been, like across the wall and stuff. Then we started hearing beating from the outside of the wall. Remember, we're in the basement area. So finally I found my keys. We couldn't find hers. And I said, you know what? We got to get the fuck out of here. And I told her, I said, we're walking backwards. We're walking backwards out of here. We're not walking forward. Nothing's following us. We're walking backwards, and we couldn't find our keys. I'm like, we'll call a locksmith. We'll get your car unlocked. I'll pay for that shit. I just need to get the hell out of here. And so we left, but that's a real story. I mean, I have plenty of stories, but this one was like the realest shit ever. It was just
crazy.
So surreal and just looking.
But the craziest part, I don't think we've ever talked about doppelgangers.
So much.
I think
wasn't even afraid anymore. Have you ever I was so fucked off that I wasn't even afraid anymore. I was like, fuck this shit. Like,
you start getting mad. You start getting offended that it's even planned.
I'm like, man, we get the fuck out of here and get to my peaceful home. I'm saving in every damn thing. I'm ordering paleo sticks and everything off the internet, yo.
Yeah.
But that's a real story. And I sent her the link before I called. I'm like, I want her to listen, but man, I said, if you weren't here, no one would ever believe me.
Right.
But it's crazy, and I'll end the story. I told her, I'm not going to say shit to him about it. And she's like, well, I won't either. And then she's like, Jay, I'm going to say something to him about it. So she says something to him about it, and he's just like, oh, no, this is our friend, you know. He's like, oh, no, I don't know anything about that. Anybody else would be like, so really? You know, they'd be more inquisitive or something.
No, because
I told her, it's been like 3 years since I've been to his home.
That's because he got the whole Conjuring in his damn house. He knows what's in there. I have never, ever heard
some
a story
kind of energy
like
change.
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sound like a portal.
Some kind of energy change. And in those 3 years, it seemed like a portal. In those 3 years, 3.5 years since I had been there, the energy was way more dense. I had spent the night there. I'm an empath. I can sense energy. And it was just totally off. It was totally different, but I promise you there was like the supervisor damn demon and then all his other workers. It was just, this shit was just too much. It was too much. But that was a real story.
I wonder if it was the void of his mom not being there.
It could have been because if his mother had
she was
just
the protector
passed,
of the home.
Yes.
And now that she was no longer there.
And I truly believe whenever people first pass, they're having fun in the ancestral realm. They'll pop out. They go to
wait, I can do this?
Yes. They'll go to their funerals, like that kind of stuff. But they're more so getting acclimated to being dead. And there's that energy is not there. Yeah. Because there's no way he's never seen what y'all seen. And I hate to laugh at y'all pain, but that was
the
funny
most
as
fucked
hell.
up
But
way
it
of
was
saying
so
hi that I've
crazy.
ever seen.
Yes, no, I don't think that was necessarily his mom, but damn, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And somebody said, I love this story.
It was something because his mother had beautiful energy, an amazing person. Like I said, I hadn't been to a funeral in years. And so I really didn't get the vibe from her. But the crazy enough, the dog had died like a day
God
before.
damn.
Like the dog died a day after the mother died. So it was some crazy shit going on in that house.
That poor man. Sorry to that man. His mom passed, the dog died. Lord. That is absolutely insane. But thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you for the Cash App and thank you
Yes.
for calling in. We really appreciate
And I'm gonna
it.
read the ebook this time
Absolutely.
because
Love you
I didn't
guys. I
forgot.
wish you nothing but the best.
Yes,
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna
You as
read
well.
the ebook as well that you sent me because this must have been my ancestors' sign. Because as soon as you said we had a call before, I have spoken to many of men. I knew exactly who you were.
Pretty soon
I
I'm
gotta
gonna
quit
give him my
smoking, bro.
email so
That's
he can send me
awesome.
the ebook so I can start reading it to you in your sleep. You gonna
Subliminally.
read this damn
Yes, sir.
book.
Yes, sir. The subconscious listens.
Man, listen, thank you so much
All right, love you
again.
guys.
Love you down. Thank you.
All right, peace.
That was so funny.
That was a fun ride
That
of
was
a story.
No, because we've never covered doppelgangers.
No.
And Max has been begging me to please do a video on doppelgangers.
Max has been begging you for it?
Yes.
Wow.
She quit. She used to work for me. She used to be my content scout. And then I forgot to pay her one time. It was only one
she
time.
said no.
She said, I'm not doing I'm not doing it.
You know what? Let's give a W's in chat for Max.
Yes, W's
knowing
in
what
the
they're
chat.
No, there is no W's.
What do you mean there's no W's?
There is no W's.
But then it will tell me,
We
hey,
finance
Mom.
this lady's whole business.
Yes.
And then she'll spend it all on Taco Bell or on 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven and Dollar Tree.
I'm
is
sorry.
her
I thought
weakness.
this was America. Is this not a free country?
Why do I got to keep on buying your startups, man?
Right. Yes. She will literally, and then she be scamming me sometimes because she'll be like, "Oh, I made this for such and such. She paid me for it, but I don't know how to do it." I tell her, "Go to YouTube University like the rest of us." My baby, she's an entrepreneur, but she has been begging me about this doppelganger. And when she was working for me, she sent me some videos on it. I'm gonna have to revisit after that story because I didn't know that they could be like that. That's scary.
No, that was probably one of the craziest calls you guys have ever gotten.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna make clips
The
out
fact
of that.
that he was like the entity walked up the stairs and looked back. I imagine the entity was like, "Fuck you,
right,
gonna do?"
like
Nah,
what you
that's
gonna
what
do?
it was.
Pump
Like,
fake that.
you see me, right? All right.
I just
Ain't
making
nobody
sure.
gonna believe you.
Don't bring your bitch ass upstairs.
on me, because how do you have that much energy? How do you? That house had to be a portal. I'm sorry, something was
for
in
sure.
there.
How you got
that,
sassy entities though?
right?
Like, you better not come up
yeah,
here.
super sassy.
I said boo.
Boo, boo, bitch. Okay, so there is a caller. I hope she's still in there. What is
5874.
Yes, that was the number.
Yes, I hope she's still here.
5874. Caller, you are in the room.
Hello, you guys.
Baby.
Hello.
I'm here
Hello.
still. Hi. I hope you guys don't think I'm being impatient. I gotta go to work in the morning.
No,
Listen,
we
no,
understand.
most of you guys are on the East Coast, and we just be over here chatting and having a good time, not just forgetting that y'all sometimes stay up just for this. So thank you for being so patient.
Thank you for your patience and glad we were able to get you into the call.
No problem. And thank you guys for everything that you put out. I appreciate you guys and love all of your work. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm going to try to be as quick and simple as possible. I kind of sort of have two stories about both of my grandfathers. And I pretty much have been kind of intuitive and an empath since I've been little. Like as a baby, my mom would say if somebody came around and my spirit didn't mix with their spirit, I would cry or I would pull back away from them. So over the years, my grandfather and my grandmother raised my mom, and I would be around them a lot to the point where my grandparents pretty much looked at me as if I was pretty much another child. And actuality, my grandfather's birthday is actually tomorrow. So that's why I really felt like I needed to share this story. So he died February 14th, Valentine's Day, at 2:14 a.m. Back in '94.
Wow.
Dead serious. So my dad was in the military, and we were living in Germany, and we flew back maybe about a week or so before he passed. Myself, my mom, and a couple other people were outside of my grandparents' home, and we saw this huge black cloud come across. And I could remember somebody saying, that looks like the spirit of death. I didn't really truly understand it. And then when he died, we ended up going back to Germany. Maybe about 3 or 4 months later, I wasn't a bad kid, but I would be a little mischievous, and I got into things and stuff here and there. So one particular night, I got in trouble for some reason. I took a bath, went in the room, was bawling my eyes out. I literally laid on my stomach, and I closed my eyes, and literally I felt as if like my grandfather was under me. It was like he came back in live person, and I could feel the warmthness of his skin. He was talking to me. He was rubbing my face, playing in my hair, and telling me, baby, it's going to be okay. He literally did that with me until I fell asleep. I woke up the next morning. I ran out of my room, and I went and asked my mom. I was like, where's my grandpa? Where's my grandpa? And she was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, he was in my room last night. Nobody believed me at all. Fast forward years later, maybe about 10 years later, I was in high school. It was during the summertime. My dad's father died at the age of 27, so I never met him. My dad didn't really know him. But everybody says that my dad and my grandfather are like literally the spitting image. They look just alike, skin complexion, the way their hands look, their posture, their voice, the way they sing, everything. My dad was a cop at the time. He had left out of the house, and I didn't realize that he had left out of the house. I was standing in my bathroom, and in my bathroom, I could look straight to the left, and I could look in my parents' room, and I could look at pretty much almost to like the window where the ironing board was at. I saw what I thought at the time was my dad. I continued on, didn't think anything about it. I went out of the bathroom, got ready to go to my job, and I went in their room, and I'm like, Dad, and there's nobody in there. So I look out the window, there's no vehicles out there. I look in the garage, my mom's vehicle is gone. So I called my dad, and I'm like, did you leave the house just now? Didn't tell me, because we always tell each other, like, when we're leaving the house, even if we're just running to the gas station to get a soda or whatever. And he was like, no, I haven't been home for about the last 2 or 3 hours. And the first person that popped in my head was his father. Yes. And literally ever since that moment of me seeing both of them, I have always seen things out of the side of my eye. I always hear things. I'm in my house right now on my cameras. If I look at myself live on the cameras, I see nothing. As soon as I leave that space where the camera is recording, I see like tons and tons of orbs. Like I can literally send y'all multiple videos of seeing orbs in the house.
Please do.
Yeah, please do.
I will. And I'll talk. People think that I'm crazy, but I feel like spirits are always around us, and they're always with us.
Yes.
And every time I leave my home, I'm always like, all right, you guys, see you later. I'll be back later. Or if I go to sleep at night, I'm like, good night, you guys. I love you. If I come in the house, I'll be like, hey, y'all, what's up? I missed y'all. Y'all miss me. And people think that I'm crazy, but I really seriously feel like both of my grandfathers are around me all the time, especially my dad's mom, because on his deathbed, he literally, people were walking in the room and even in the hospital, and he was just like, where's my granddaughter? I don't want to say my real name, but he literally called my name, and he didn't care about seeing my mom, my dad, anybody else. It was, where am I?
For you.
So, right. So I just wanted to share that. Like, I've physically seen stuff. I've like heard stuff all the time, and I'll see stuff, and I'm like the other guy. Even if and it's always peaceful, so I know it's never like anything of the D word or anything like that. But I always feel things I really can't tell anybody, so I felt like let me call in and share, my experience or whatnot. But it's the spiritual realm is very real.
It's so real, and I don't understand. It's like, first of all, it's amazing that you probably have some sort of gift that you have not tapped into. But spirits are around us. There are more dead people roaming this earth than the living. And when people understand, like, we have discernment, we can feel whenever it's something, unless this is a trickster spirit or whatever, whenever you are spiritually connected and you venerate your ancestors, you know the difference between them and, say, a D word or a low vibrational energy or what have you. And if you've never felt threatened, more than likely, about 99.999, unless they are just great actor trickster spirits, that's your grandpa's. And since they give you your eyes shade and you see them and all that other stuff, I don't think you have anything to worry about. This is a blessing. Because I got a reading recently, and one of my grandfathers came through, and the only thing he told me was that I needed to lose weight. He told me to go to the gym. At least yours love you and are around you, which I know mine does too. But I'm like, out of everything, I've never spoken to this man through mediumship, whatever. You gonna tell me I need to lose a couple pounds, So it's just amazing. The spiritual realm it's beautiful. It can be scary at times. It can get dicey, but it's all worth it in the end. Trust me.
Yeah, and I really, really think that they both, or at least one of them, are one of my guardian angels, because I'm literally supposed to be dead right now. I passed out 3 times at work back in 22, and I had several blood clots in my lungs. And everybody was like, you're a miracle. Mm-hmm. We don't understand how you're here, why you're here, blah, 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 blah. And the first 2 people that came to my mind was my grandfather and my sister. My sister passed away back in 21. And I feel like between those 3, they are always with me and looking out after me. Yeah.
Yes.
Because it's been several different things over the years since I've been a kid, and I'm just like, I'm still here.
You're still here.
And I have dreams. I have very lucid dreams. Sometimes I can feel like stuff is going on in the dreams, and then when I wake up, I can feel the pressure like on my chest or in my spirit and stuff. So I feel like we all kind of intermingle
between the
amongst
2 realms.
one another.
Yeah.
The only difference is they can see us, but we can't see them unless they allow themselves to be seen, or unless we have a gift for us to be able to see them. So I just wanted to share that. Thank you guys so much for letting me get that off my chest.
Being patient and calling in.
Thank you so much. I love those type
of
stories.
Problem. Yeah.
I love talking about ancestors. Shout out, put some W's in the chat for your ancestors, spirit guys.
Give it up
the
for
Most
them.
High. They orchestrate so much stuff for us, for real, for real.
I have good news. The Discord is up.
It is.
So Mari is posting the link, so make sure you guys are joining that. We want it to be just as much as a hangout for you guys as it is for us. So that's kind of like your official Calls From Beyond cookout.
They have an app?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Everything has an app now.
Just call me a boomer now.
I gotta get it. Okay, boomer.
Yeah.
Okay, boomer. See, Danette's like the youngest one here, so she's like the one that would probably call most of us boomers.
I know, and I probably seem like a super boomer. I remember whenever I was her age, but
Midnight
do you know how
Club.
to use? Yeah.
No, the
you
thing
know how to
that
use
makes it
Discord?
worse.
Oh my god!
Wait, you do, Danette?
I'm gonna be the
Danette,
boomer.
you're gonna have to send me your code so I can add you to the Discord.
This is what makes it the worst, though.
What's that?
Max literally just opened up a Discord for her and all her friends. Like, created the whole thing, set it up on her own.
Yeah.
And she's only 11.
I don't like the judginess. She's only
definitely-
11.
The judgment was so real.
I felt attacked.
Mom, you don't know how to do this? Seriously.
Mom.
No, yes. Okay, so I don't know if y'all know this, but my nose used to be pierced, and I just re-pierced it recently because I never chose for it to close.
Midlife crisis?
No, I'm not
okay.
midlife. Now, don't get your ass whooped now.
No.
I ain't no midlife. I'm 33 years young, okay? No.
I thought you were 25. What are we talking about here?
Quarter
You're
life
right.
crisis.
Quarter life crisis.
Hey, no, every time something...
It's just a mental break at that
yeah,
point.
no, at this point, anything that, like, just minorly inconveniences me, I'm like, I'm going through a beginning life crisis, and then I'll be like...
life crisis?
I don't know if it's beginning life. I'm over 30, but...
We could call it a third life crisis.
I don't know. What do you guys
I mean,
call
I
it? Put
feel
it
like
in the
99
chat.
is like a comfortable age to die, right?
I'm trying to be 100.
Okay,
Oh,
so
it'll
a
happen.
third life crisis.
Yeah, and the women in my family live super long. Like,
I mean, but you already put me on blast tonight and told the whole chat how
My
old I'm
old
gonna
man.
be. And I'm just like, well, damn, make me feel like
It does scare me that, like,
the
and
granddad in a room.
you know, I'm 3 from 30 right now. Like, oh,
are you?
yeah.
You're that old?
I'll be 27 in October, so.
Oh shit! I didn't know you were that old.
That's not old.
Old.
I feel,
No,
I have
I
back
mean-
problems. It aged me.
You know what? That's probably it because you'd be like, oh my back.
Oh, this morning was real bad. I, like, couldn't even walk this morning.
no,
It was
but
real
I
bad.
don't know why I thought you were like 23, 24.
I'm 6 months away from turning 40, sir.
You didn't have to air that out, okay? I wasn't
She
gonna
already
say
said it. She said I was trying to
But
go to
people
Africa
think
for
they
my
might have
40th.
forgotten.
He doesn't look 40.
No.
We got carded the other day, and I was like, oh, I still fucking got it.
we got carded at we went to go see Inside Out 2. We got carded at the movie theater, and not for like drinks, but they're like, "Are you over 18?"
I mean,
Yeah,
you have hair on your face, but you do
beard.
kind of
You
look.
look like a kid.
but I
too.
don't look like I'm 17.
Have you seen these 17-year-olds?
Yeah.
Yeah,
have
they
you
all have
seen
the curly hair.
No.
They
My
have-
Have
son's
you
14
seen-
and he already is starting to have facial
They
hair.
have full grown beards.
It's the microplastics,
Okay.
right, George?
Yeah, it ages you a little faster.
What is micro?
Oh, you know, there's microplastics in this.
Jesus.
There's microplastics in this.
No, it's a guy. Excuse me. It's a guy on TikTok that raps about everything that like goes on in the atmosphere, governments, all those
Okay.
other conspiracy theories, how you shouldn't eat. And I'm like, at this point, what are we supposed to do? We're gonna eat air.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it. You
Feed
know?
your own chickens.
Even
It's
it's like,
I'm trying. They're not that expensive.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well,
I-
remember they ran out of eggs. They had an egg shortage, and then everybody went down to the feed and bought.
And
a
I
bunch
remember
of
that
chickens.
they was like $9 for a carton. And I was like,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
I said, oh
What?
no, we're on an egg fast. No, not-
Apparently, a lot of people are as old as I am. Apparently, Halo and I have birthday twins.
Oh,
I'm on the
okay.
third Halo. How about you?
Wait, where is it?
Say Austin birthday twins.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I don't know why I thought you were like 23, 24. How are we this like
Detached?
close friends?
Yeah, no.
Did you know I was 33?
Yes,
You know I was an old bat.
but you're not. But you're not old though.
No, I'm not. I try to explain that to my kids. Like we were talking about it, the day before yesterday, and my daughter, like I said, my nose ring. I'm like, I've been had it, Max, and she's like, but you're old. I said, I can't wait until you get my age, because I used to think my mom was old at 33, and now I'm like, she was still in her hot girl era. She was not old, but they're kids. So they don't
Why are you
count.
lying, though? 33 is really old as shit.
It's not.
Watch your profanity.
We don't have to.
George is gonna get revoked privileges on this
No,
album.
we got to get a sound that says you got me fucked up because it's not 40. It's not
I'm
40.
just saying, listen, she wrestled our 14-year-old the other day just so she could show him that she still had it. And
I
fractured
did,
her foot.
and I did something to my foot. I'm
Damn.
scared to
See,
go
my
to the
dad does that
doctor.
too because my dad wrestled in high school, and then I wrestled in high school. So, and of course, we always just go at it. But then when I started doing jujitsu, I started getting dirty with it. I was like, "Oh, you're just gonna go? I'm gonna just choke you out now." And so now he keeps trying, and now he's old. So he's like, "Oh, my shoulder." I'm like, "You came to me."
You know what?
George, you and your dad ever go at it?
I stopped. I got to a point where I was like, I will kill him. Like, this is not safe.
What about you and Superstar Junior? His brother's.
My brother still like messes around with my dad, and I'm like, dude,
How tall is
like,
Junior?
He's
By the way, he's starting left tackle right now for
I
Arkansas.
mean, does it even matter? Like, he's my father. He's skinnied up.
not to
It's like 230 now.
well, my
George and I
son
went to
is-
the gym with his dad, and his dad fell off the treadmill. I think
Yeah,
that
he
was-
did.
Oh my God.
My dad
This was back in December.
flew off the treadmill. He was on the treadmill, and he'd never. I mean, it had been a while since he was on a treadmill, and then he just kept pressing the speed up button
But
like,
wasn't walking faster.
He wasn't getting it.
So it got to a point where like I saw out of the corner of my eye, I thought he went to like 8 speed, which is fucking sprinting.
Right,
Like
right.
It is sprinting.
you are sprinting. And so I was like, Dad, stop. And he was like, what? Completely stopped doing what he was doing, flew off the treadmill.
Oh no!
At Planet Fitness.
I'm not lying.
Lord.
I'm not lying.
And this is
Yeah.
at like 10 a.m. too. This is like
so
prime
he started
time.
his-
Did you help him
his
get up, or did you
day.
walk away like you didn't know him?
No. I helped him get up, obviously.
He's like, gee, brother, I think I'm gonna leave early.
Well,
G."
he actually helped himself up. That was early stages of CTE. He didn't see my hand. He didn't see my hand go down and pick him up. He's like, I'm just here by myself. I gotta get myself up.
Sorry,
Oh.
pops. And
Yeah.
that's why my son, he's 14, but he's almost 6'1", 200 and like 70, 80 pounds. And so he was like, he's been playing football, so he's like, Mom, I could beat you. I was like, I doubt it. Okay. So then he was like, okay, let's go at it. I'm like, let's go. I'm
He don't know
scared of
you about that life?
He don't know I'm about that life, so we're wrestling. And yes, I beat his ass. I'm sorry. But this was 2
You dropping
weeks
like
ago.
WWE moves,
Yeah, listen, yep.
elbow drops on
I
him?
literally did that to him. But I don't know what I did to my foot. And I realized, girl, you're too old for this shit because this happened 2 weeks ago and my foot still hurts.
We have a OG in the chat. Holly said you guys should still plan to come visit him and investigate the Crescent Hotel. That was a Tony Orlando reference from when we had him on the show when we were Bizarre Junkies still.
Yes, I remember that. It's in
it's Arkansas.
Yes, Arkansas.
It's like an hour from Junior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Northwest Arkansas.
Yeah. Shout out to Holly for being a
listen.
OG.
I'm down. Yes, that's
No, you're
totally
not.
OG.
No, you're not. we seen what just happened in Virginia City, Nevada, so we won't be traveling.
No, this is
What happened to Virginia City?
No, that's Oklahoma.
You haven't
or
seen.
Arkansas.
There's a lot of investigations going on there.
It
no,
wasn't an
it's
investigation. It needs to be investigated, but not paranormal.
Yeah, Project Fear just did like a whole series on. They went to like a bunch of different places in Virginia City.
Oh wow! So it is haunted. It's haunted.
Please, yeah, it's
Oh,
definitely
well,
haunted.
I kind of
so
knew that.
it's racist and haunted.
Yeah, that's.
What happened racist wise?
Oh my gosh, it's all over the news everywhere. Like, go to TikTok
So
University.
long story short, there was a black guy out there working, and he was
Racist history is what comes up when I look it up.
he was out there working, and he's out there at the Firehouse restaurant or whatever it's called.
Subs?
No,
and-
Firehouse Saloon.
Firehouse Saloon.
There we
And
go.
the owner of the Firehouse Saloon's out front, and he
No,
basically
not
tells...
the owner. We can't. Allegedly, that is
Allegedly.
not the owner.
Allegedly.
We gotta put allegedly in front of this bullshit
Oh, yeah,
because
allegedly.
we ain't too far from this place, y'all. We
And
are
tells
like 6
tells
hours.
tells the guy that there's a hanging tree in his backyard for people like him.
But
Yeah.
he used the hard ER, and then it
Oh.
was an uproar. But I looked at
And this
that
is at a
little
car
ass
show.
town, I'm like,
and everybody was there, and he like these people
was
are like
terrible.
touching him, and like this lady's like, "I love you, brother," but like putting her hands on him.
it
And
was
he's
terrible.
like on live, and he's like crying, like, "You guys don't see this racist stuff? Like somebody help me," and
Yeah.
nobody helped him.
Well, you know our.
It's that Jordan Peele movie. So-
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was the worst. That's what somebody said in the comments. Like, she gives Get Out vibes. She's like, Jesus loves you, brother. Do you got a mama? No,
You got a mama?
No, I
And
promise you.
It was so bizarre, but but I had no. Well, I kind of did because today I did research on it. My bad. I'm
No,
trying
you're
to
good,
sit up. So today I did research on it and something about hauntings, but I wasn't worried about it. I was wondering if I was going to take a plastic chair down there and and have the Virginia City Alabama brawl like this is just
the
on
one
the
on the-
anniversary.
on the pier?
1 year removed. Yeah.
Yeah, that just happened.
Yeah,
that's
so-
like that's
So
that should be a Renaissance. painting.
told
they
myself,
did. Somebody did it.
Of course they
I
did.
told myself I'm not going nowhere that they don't sell greens. If they don't sell collard greens with like turkey tails in it, then
Oh,
I
they do.
can't
They
go.
sell spinach. He looked at me.
Mari is really tapped into this stuff. She said she went from get off my property to trying to gaslight and console.
Yes.
Yeah,
It
Mario,
was so
It
weird.
was so crazy.
It was
I don't know.
so
Here's the
weird.
thing.
6
Here's the
hours
thing.
away.
When I
It's like right
travel,
outside
I don't
Carson City.
travel alone, and I mean alone,
Yeah.
tool wise, and we're still in Nevada.
Yeah.
You gotta be
I
careful
know.
who you yell at in Nevada.
No, listen, and that's what I was saying earlier. It doesn't surprise me, but I did learn some history about it,
Mm-hmm.
and it was trying to direct me to the haunted portion, but I wasn't
You're like,
looking
no,
for
no,
that.
let me see the racist
Nope,
portion.
we gotta get this together. But like Mark
Somebody
Twain,
just put a bunch of emojis of chairs in the chat.
listen, I promise somebody is trying to set up some type of rally for all us Las Vegas people to go up there.
I just saw the chat, bro.
On me.
That went over
and
my
we bring in all plastic
We're
chairs.
gonna be like the Black Cowboys. We ride at dawn.
Yep, and instead of horses, we'll have chairs. But but as far as the haunted history, did you know Mark Twain used to live out there?
Yeah,
I had no idea. He even said it was a shithole back then. Like
A
it was
lot of
super
these
racist.
mining towns are like Good Springs, like
Yes,
Virginia City.
haunted as hell. They was following
Ely. I mean, there's
their
a place up in Ely that's inviting us to go out and check it out, and I still got to just kind of track down that one. But there's like a train yard out there, and even like Ghost Adventures went there, checked it out. So we're trying to do that. But yeah, like
Well, why don't we set up something? It's
heard
people
Ely's
that
hella
live
haunted.
here.
I'm not trying to
It
bring
is.
chairs with me too, though. I'm just trying to go for
we're not
investigation.
talking about the SmackDown, the Spiritual Reparation SmackDown Festival 2024. I'm talking about like a ghost hunt. Maybe we should take a couple of lucky followers or do a raffle
Maybe.
or a waffle of some sort.
Oh,
A waffle?
what the hell's a waffle?
Whenever people basically pay into, like, say it's $5 to get your name entered, and then
Right.
we do a drawing for whatever. Like,
Okay.
however
Or
many
what we
people.
could do is we could do Patreon,
That too.
and then it, like a certain member tier, you'll automatically just be.
But
entering.
obviously, it would only be for the people that could get here. You know, probably people
Yeah,
in
and
LA.
I technically already have that tier. It's really expensive, so I don't want anybody to pay for it on
Yeah.
YouTube. But I have a YouTube member tier that's $4.99.99, and that's
it
if you're in
includes
Vegas
everything,
an
yeah.
area, I will take you to Good Springs, and you will do an investigation with me. If you want.
also, listen, maybe we can get some kind of. We'll talk off camera because there's certain things in Las Vegas that I consider super haunted, like the Wax Museum.
There's a place right here that I want to go to, the Huntridge. I'm
heard
trying to
of it.
figure. It's literally right here. I'm trying to figure out how to get a hold of them and see because they're like renovating it, but I want to like go check it out before they.
Yeah, like just different museums, Zach Bagans, different things where we
Yeah.
can get together and like
Zach Bagans is hella haunted.
hella
Yeah,
haunted.
they don't allow cameras in there. I've seen
Oh.
2 people, and both of them had in the like 8 million plus subscriber range.
I was a little nervous to go in there anyway because I know someone that bought something out of there and accidentally gave her neighbors ghosts like roaches. So I'm just like, kind of not trying to fuck around and find out.
Yeah, I do want to. I have a friend of the show, Stephanie Strange. She's like a clairaudient.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to. She lives in LA, and so she might come down here to do like an investigation with us.
Oh, yeah, that
and
would
so
be
I'm also
nice.
trying to see if maybe we could do like a group trip like us to the Haunted Museum, and then just because we can't film, come back here.
Yeah.
Talk about it. kind of
Or
thing.
do they offer tours?
They do. Yeah, it's like $200
Like
for like
a
2
group?
hours to yourself.
Oh, I don't know if I want it to myself. I'm scared still.
Well,
Yeah.
it to yourself is like with us. It's like
Oh,
when we did
okay.
the studio.
We'll figure something out because we want to incorporate you guys as much as
Yes.
we can. And even if that means possibly doing something, because I travel, I don't care. Them kids, they going to be here when I get back. Okay. You know, like a tour of different places. I know I do want to be in New Orleans in October. I
Oh,
definitely wanna
George,
go.
are we still doing that?
Nolans.
Remember Hero's Journey?
Just
wanted
saying it like
so we
a
did
native.
The Super Bowl is in.
in New Orleans.
Oh,
Nah.
is it?
And so there's a golf tournament. We did it this year. We filmed it.
Yes,
with,
yes, I remember.
So they want to fly us out for that.
Oh, really?
Potentially. I don't know if they still want to, but they want to potentially fly us out for that. So I was like, why don't we double dip it? Because it's with Brian. So we're like the gang's already there.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I've been saying I wanted to take like a trip and go to the
Oh,
different
baby.
plantations, different spiritual spots. One place that was my favorite was Madame Laveau's shop on Bourbon Street, but you cannot record in there. Just like it's so amazing, and somebody else got to see it. So,
And then you got to go to my favorite, Oceana.
oh my gosh, yes, big bag.
I actually have one of
getting
my
the whole menu.
one of my oldest podcasts that I listened to, and they were even a client of mine for a little while. They're a Disney podcast called Magic Our Way. They're in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to be like,
that
take
would-
me.
Yes, I'm
Show
trying
me,
to
and
do
then I'm
something.
like, no, thank you.
because I literally I understand everybody can't make it to Bali to hang out with me, so I'm trying to incorporate domestic little retreats, whether it
Nolans
be.
would be perfect.
I've been trying to get back ever
Like
since I went.
like a October.
Yeah,
Oh,
because then
like-
I can go to the ring
'cause
shout
it's-
too.
I want to
Summertime
go.
is when it's
I want to do
way
an
hot.
October in like Salem or something.
That would be very
All the
much so.
leaves. That's a vibe.
That's a vibe.
So you want to go to a haunted place?
Yeah,
At a
why
haunted
not?
time.
Shit.
It's spooky. Danette,
It's
spooky
spooky
season. We
season.
go to a spooky place, right?
Yes.
She said yes.
She's like,
I
absolutely.
put in the I gathered a census. Okay, Mr. Fresh, in the chat.
Thank you. Thank you.
I said, would you want to do a paranormal investigation with it? At 22 votes, it's 82% said yes.
Yeah.
I just voted no. I just want to let you know.
just for the
You
the
were basically
sake
there
of
for the
it.
last one.
I was.
He was, and you know, husbands that are not. I'm scared still, but I like being scared. Is it just me whenever you're scared, but you like it?
I think it's George. It's like a different kind of scare.
Yes, it's like that.
It's like
pit in
riding
your
a roller
stomach.
coaster.
Yes,
Except
yes.
it's.
I'm accepting it.
I don't think I've ever. I mean, I've shared it publicly, but I don't know if the audience now has heard my first ever like.
Yeah.
It was like almost like overstimulating. The first ever paranormal.
Yes.
So the first time when we went to the Pioneer, if you watch the video, there's when the activity starts, we're all in the main room, and I mean everybody, like George, Travis, all production, and then all the hosts are in the main saloon area, and we're like, okay, we feel the energy is like outside watching us, and then all of a sudden you hear something like scurry in the back like service hallway,
Yeah.
and I turn and I go, "Are you here with us? Are you in the back?" And you hear something fall.
See.
And then so Steven, the owner, is like, "All right, I'm going." And so I'm sitting in the no cameras or anything with Brian in the saloon. When you first enter, there's a table right here. So we're sitting at this table, and I can see where like the women's bathroom door is, which is supposedly like super haunted. And I'm sitting there with Brian, and I'm like trying to take it in. And I see, and like almost, it literally as clear as I see Mr. Fresh right now. I'm looking at the edge of the bar, and I see a face staring at me, just like how Mr. Fresh is. And then I see the face kind of like lift up, and then it walks to the end of the bar, and just gone.
Let me guess, your stomach was in your ass, huh?
I damn near pissed myself. I grabbed Brian. I'm a grown ass man, and I grabbed Brian. I was like, "Brian, what the fuck was that?" And Brian saw it too. Brian was like, "I know, bud. I know." And I was like,
And
"Oh
see,
my God."
Brian is so cool because he's like the emotional support
Yeah.
person on every hunt.
Yep.
It's like, he was like, "You all right?" I was like, "I'm scared."
I'm scared. He's like,
I'm
"Me
like,
too. We're gonna get
yeah.
through it." And you're like,
I'm
"We're gonna
saying
get
yeah,
through it."
but I'm like, no, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And
Ghost
they're
hunt scared me.
putting so many, huh? I'm
I
sorry.
said, no, I was going to say ghost hunt scared me because you like the last caller said, right? So as the man, I'm supposed to be the protector. I'm not spiritually equipped to protect myself. So I got to rely on her to protect me.
I
don't
gotta
like
be the
that.
man.
I don't like that.
It's like when she's buying you the
Like,
PS5 and you're hugging her from behind.
Right, she's
I was
hugging
like,
me
yeah.
from behind. Like,
Hey babe, you know that new man's about to come out. Let me rub
no,
your
but
feet.
instead it's gonna be like, yo, babe, you know that spiritual soak that's in your closet. You know how
I'm gonna need some of that.
I'm gonna need some of that.
You need
They're
some more
giving
Palo
us some
Santo.
some good
Circus
good,
row
good.
1, 2, 3.
Yes. Okay.
That was my first job.
Do you think that they'll let us record it?
No,
Oh
definitely
my
not.
God! Then how is everybody else doing it?
They're just doing it, and then if they get caught, they get kicked out and trespassed. My first
How
ever
do they
job was
know?
so here's the thing. My first, and I've never even told this. My first ever job in high school was at Circus Circuit. I worked
Oh,
the
God
Midway
bless you.
games.
Oh, that's not as bad, but I heard that's haunted too.
Yeah, no, I saw stuff like, and I wasn't even like, I didn't have the show or anything then, and I was like, I don't. I saw a lot of things. Like I'm still trying to figure out what I saw, but like
Yeah.
people walking in the service ways, and I would turn the corner, nobody.
Wow. So realistically, if we were to do something like that in a hotel room that is haunted, how would they know?
They would see it when it gets uploaded, but
I mean, we already gone.
right. But then they're like,
You know what?
George,
You
go ahead and
got-
pull in the next call. I got to use the bathroom.
I do too.
I scared
That's why I'm
myself.
like,
Our next caller is going
Go
to
ahead.
be 0790. Do 0790 caller.
Hello.
You're in the
hey
room.
there.
Hey, hi. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I can hear
Okay,
you.
well, hello, beautiful Noah.
Hey
Yes,
there.
ma'am. Hello, beautiful Noah and your family. Hey, girl. Hello, handsome sir, and everybody around. You know, I don't know who's all there.
Oh, thank you.
Ironically, my name is Chelsea. Also,
Okay.
it's Chelsea Amron. Yeah, and no, because another girl called and her
Yes.
name was Chelsea. I was like, oh my God, this is weird. I was like, what? And I spell my name S-E-A at the end. I don't know how she spells hers, but I'm 41 years old. outside of Cherokee, North Carolina.
Okay.
And I want to give you guys I've got a lot of stories out in this area, but there's one main one that stuck with me when I was in middle school, and I graduated in 2001. So are you guys ready?
Yes. Yes, ma'am, because I know your neck of the woods. It's
All right.
It's haunted.
Yes. So this happened in Brevard, North Carolina. And long story short, we got a little small neighborhood. My cousin lives literally like 3 houses up the street, okay? Always stay there, we're family. Well, one night, I'm staying there, nothing unusual, and we get ready for bed. Now, I'm going to give you a quick overlay of the room. There's 2 beds. There's a window behind the 2 beds, which will face a wall, okay? Now, to the left of the room, there's a closet. To the right of the room, where the other bed is, there will be the door, to get in and out of the room, okay? So I'm laying down, and I'm hearing something like this. It's Chelsea, Chelsea. And I'm moving around, and I hit the bed because I'm thinking it's my cousin's brother, okay? Now, my cousin is a girl, her brother is a boy, and I'm thinking it's him because he always used to mess with us. So I keep hearing my name, and I sit up, and I hit the bed again, and I realize there's nobody in the bed. And I remember that earlier, he didn't even eat dinner with us. He stayed at his friend's house. So it was just me and my little cousin, which would be like a year, younger than me. So as I'm looking at the front of the wall, I see this cloak figure. It's like in a cloak, like a hood.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, he would probably be maybe like 7, 8 feet tall. Like, keep in mind, I'm in middle school, so I'm trying to think back as like my age. But he was still tall compared to the top of the ceiling. So I'm hearing Chelsea, Chelsea, and I'm looking, but it's not like out loud. It's in my mind. So I'm looking at this thing, and all I can see is like, I can describe it as like the Chester cat, like how the mouth is, like really big, but I cannot see eyes or anything. It's just a cloak. So I look over to my left because that's where my cousin is in her bed. And I didn't tell you guys this. I'm sorry. I was on the floor, and then her brother's bed was on the other side of me. So I'm in the, on the floor in a pallet. So I'm hitting her, and I'm thinking, okay, I drowned when I was little. So I do see things. So I don't know if it's a ghost or a spirit, I don't know, or my imagination. So as I'm hitting her, I'm waking her up, and I'm looking at this thing. I'm looking at her. She wakes up, and she looks right at what I'm looking at. She starts screaming. So then I know that this is real. Like, I knew then, like, okay, you're not dreaming. Like, girl, this is real. Like, sis, get up. So I went into flight or fight mode, and I literally had to choose to leave her because I knew, like, I was getting out of there. And I went around this thing. Like, I had to jump off the bed. I fall on the floor, guys. Like, seriously, I'm, like, crawling into her parents' room. I bust open the door, and I jump in their bed. I've never done that in my life. I was so embarrassed. Well, as I'm telling them what I've seen, she comes right behind me. So she's freaking out, too. Of course, when they get up, there's nothing in that room. But I know what I saw.
You weren't the only one that's seen it.
To this day. Do you know what it is? Like, I did a video on this. I'm a small YouTuber. Like it's not to like promote. Like, let's not even do that. But like, I'm scared.
You're
good. I don't know what it is. Like, I have no idea what it is to this day.
It's so
I call
crazy.
it a demon, but I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely a D word.
Okay.
Because I told the story about my daughter, and she was seeing that same Chester smile in second story.
With the teeth.
Yes.
Yeah.
In second story windows.
Okay.
And I told this story, I think it was on like my ghost story video a couple weeks back, and it literally was ruining our family dynamic, our life, because no one else but her, and I really suspect my baby at the time, because he was like a year, maybe fresh 2 years old, and he stopped sleeping in his room by himself. And then and my daughter stopped sleeping in her room altogether, and it was all of my kids in one room in a 5-bedroom house, but she was seeing it all over. Any reflection at night, she would see it, but she never told me if it was tall. And I try not to poke the bear because I feel like children that had near-death experiences, they sometimes can see. They have the gift of
I
sight.
drowned.
Yes.
Yeah, I drowned when I was in kindergarten.
Yep.
Yeah.
And my daughter was born clinging onto life, even though she was a big baby. She was she was sick. And they didn't think she was gonna make it. She was septic. She had heart problems, and then all of a sudden, 3 weeks later, where they were like, "She's not coming home. We don't know if she's gonna come home, and it might be 6 to 7 months." She came home 3 weeks later. So I feel like children that have been, through that spiritual realm
on the other side.
Yes, on the other side, they have a gift that no other child has.
And some people can see, some people can see that gift on you. Like she was saying about our daughter, whenever she was born and really sick, she might have been like maybe 1 month old, and I was in a store with her, and this old lady walked up to me and she was like, "That baby," she was like, keep her around the word. Like she has a halo around her. And I was like, "What?" You know what I mean? Like it was just random. Old lady walked up to me.
I've heard that though. My grandma and my auntie told me that you're different. They, like my family's weird. I know my mom sees things because she said some things to me in my 40s. But could you imagine thinking that you're crazy up until your 40s, until your mom tells you, And what's scary is I never told my son. And my son ended up seeing what I saw. But what's crazy is his dad also seen the same thing when he was a kid. And we all never met. So, yeah.
It doesn't start making sense until you're older.
Down to this day.
Yeah. It does. Yeah. It never makes sense until you get older. And sometimes we just have to, it's hard for people to believe that there is something beyond what we know as normal, the concept of normalcy. And once we accept that there are things that science can't explain, we can't explain, the better off we'll be and the more equipped we'll be to deal with these situations with our children who might see something that scares them, that's scary. So that's why I'm just like, because now my son is getting to the age that my daughter was whenever she started kind of having issues where she was seeing spirits, she was seeing ghosts, she was afraid. And I'm just like, I have to make sure that I explain to him, like, some people can see that kind of stuff, make it into no big deal, because I don't want them to go, we don't want 30 them to fear years. Gifts, fearing gifts or going 30 years thinking they was crazy.
At least you were open to, talk to your child like I am with my 2 sons, because my youngest is autistic. But my oldest, he's 22, and he has been talking about going into dreams and astral projecting since he was 8, and he still does it now at an older age. And it's just I just appreciate you guys, because a lot of people don't realize we're walking right amongst everything that we cannot see. They can brush by us and touch our hair, and and I just thank you for letting me share my story. I don't know if it's still around me. My life is not great. I do my best, but I just feel like whatever it is, I feel like I have Masons in my family. I'll get off though. I have to call back, but I have Masons in my family. I can show you guys proof.
Yeah, no.
And I really feel like they've done some things in the bloodline.
Yes, I was just finna say.
I can show you the temple. I'll send it to you, Noah.
Yes,
I've
send
reached
it
out
to
to
me.
you before. I'll send you a video that I don't want to release it, but I'll send it to you of the inside of with the swords and the book and the chalice. It's right next to my grandmother's house to this day in Bavard.
Yeah.
And my uncle is selling it, and he's been sick. And they own this Mason Lodge, and it's weird. I've never been in it. My son got to go in it, but I've never been in it at all. And I got to see it 3 years ago through a video.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, they made, and I'm not saying anything about anything, but it's a brotherhood, or what they call a brotherhood, but certain things are done within certain types of brotherhoods. And Like I said, so earlier I mentioned the Trinity Oracles, the ladies that I had the readings with, because one of them does dream interpretation, but one of them also disconnects you from spirits. No matter how, whoever you want to be or whatever you want to be, they'll identify it and they will literally disconnect. If you're looking for their info, it's in the last couple of videos where I'm interviewing these 3 sisters. So I would definitely book with them.
I've seen them. No,
Yep.
I've seen them.
I'm telling you, I am not receiving commission.
Through you.
Yep, I'm not receiving commission from none of the. I'm telling y'all to go on y'all own recognizance. My readings have been amazing with them, and everything that they said has came to fruition. So, but if you want to really know if you're connected to something like that, I would go ahead and hit them because they can cut that connection off.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Thank you
ma'am.
so
I
much.
appreciate you guys. No problem, girl. I will call back in. Like, I love y'all. I got many more. Listen, Brevard is haunted. Asheville, North Carolina, Hendersonville, Cherokee. It's haunted
so
down here, y'all.
between
it's
the
bad.
natives
It's
and
bad. Appalachian
the slavery, yes, it's cracking down there. It's a
stayed
portal.
in the
I need
Appalachian Mountains.
Oh, see, you brave.
Yeah, I just camped out there.
Yeah.
Well, I watched your video, about the Appalachian Mountains. I was like, I do go out there, but I do my protections. I give to the spirit. I'll bring like an offering. But it's weird down here, y'all, in the South. So yeah. But okay. Well, good night.
Thank you so much.
Love from North Carolina.
Please send me over that footage. I appreciate it. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't. George.
No, this might be.
No, so it's fine because I literally know what she's talking about. There's so many. I was supposed to be Chelsea.
Your name?
Yes.
My name was supposed to be David.
You look like a
what the fuck does that mean? George, were you supposed to be Junior?
No.
Oh, you were one of a kind.
I was always supposed to be George.
What about you, Danette? Annette. Okay, she just added the D in front of it.
They said, duh, Annette.
What about you? Were you always supposed to be who you are? He's like, I have no freaking...
I don't even know.
I'm just happy to be here.
I don't even know if they want to be. You know what I mean? They may want to throw me away.
They love you.
We're doing a lot of manifestation in this stream right now.
Yeah.
Like we've been I'm manifesting for the end of the year. I want to do a live Calls from Beyond. Like a theater or something.
That would be
dope.
Like at the end of the year.
That would be so good.
George, what are your thoughts on that?
Hit me with it one more time.
He's working hard back there.
He's working, yeah.
George is doing like the task of like 9 people right now.
No,
I can't even
seriously.
follow. I said because we're manifesting right now. For the show, I want to manifest a live, like studio audience, but like at like a theater or something.
Yeah.
But don't we have like connections to a theater that we can rent out? And
I mean, you could just hit them up, but I'm thinking maybe we could even set it up at like the place we looked at over the weekend. Mm-hmm. You could build it out and have people come in and watch it, or you could do it at like where they do comedy shows. Like I know Wise Guys you can rent out.
I wonder, can you rent? Well, I don't know. That would probably be hella expensive. But the House of Blues, I don't think you can rent that.
They have a promoter. You have to actually like.
Yeah. No,
I mean, let me see. I mean,
them folks.
I might know some of them still from
But
my past life.
Even the theater. Oh wait, that was for like premieres of like shows and stuff that I'm thinking about.
I don't think they care. Private events, House of Blues.
That's what I thought, like something like that. I mean, besties, y'all want to come to this? I know I told y'all it was a haunted portal full of reptilians, aliens, ghosts, broken dreams, and promises. But you want to come to Vegas and do the live call-in or the live Calls from Beyond show?
We should make it super limited though.
Oh yeah,
it would be super intimate.
15, 20
I would say like maybe like 25 to 50.
Yeah.
Like you keep it.
It would be
that
super
size.
intimate.
But
too many energies.
We would have to have. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. We'll talk.
We talk
about
all the
it.
time,
We
guys.
talk
You guys,
all the time.
you might think that like we stopped this show and we're like, all right, see it. No, we be chatting.
Oh, we talked almost every day. We might. Not
I said it
have talked
earlier.
Maybe 2 days.
I get nervous when you don't text me. I'm like, she's mad at me. I did something wrong.
I don't know.
I'm texting Danette. Danette, what did we do?
Why do all of my friends? Am I a bitch? Because all my friends, when they don't hear from me, they're like my best friend. She'll text me and be like, hey, are we okay? And I'm like, what the fuck?
I understand you got kids. It gets busy. I get it.
It's so busy, but they
But
always
talk to
think
me,
that.
please. The Discord's popping right now. We've already got people joining it. So if you want to join the Discord,
I have no idea how to tell you
we'll
to
train
join
her.
it, but join it.
Mari's posting the link. Also, I still think we have a 20% off promotion going on in the merch store.
Yes.
So definitely get your hands on that. But all right, George, who do we have next?
Our next caller is going to be 3166.
3166.
3166.
I'm sending you a link to like Amazon to buy in-ears. Okay.
They need to make headphones.
No.
for head
You're gonna get
wraps.
in-ears like I have.
You were in the room.
Okay. All right. I'm going to try to make these quick since I'm on. Okay. So my great grandmother died recently.
I'm
and
sorry.
we all say like she was so close to God that like she was on a literal like talking basis. Like that was her homie, like best friends forever. And so shortly after that at work, like I work in a warehouse, so there are no vents, like ain't no windows, we're underground. And all of a sudden I'm sitting at my desk and I'm doing my work. And all of a sudden it was like literally as if like AC was blowing down the right side of me. To the point where like, even though I know there's no ventilation in here, I immediately looked up like, what the hell and where is that coming from? And so for a minute, like I ignored it for like, at first it caught me off guard and then I was like, nope, I'm not doing this. And just kind of ignored it. But then it like didn't stop. And so I was like, okay, I've never really had like that, like frozen cold. I've heard it said a lot and I've dealt with a lot of like paranormal experiences like growing up in my house, but the frozen cold thing was like never one of those.
It's crazy
but
when you experience
it. Got to the point where like it would literally, it got to the point where it like wouldn't stop. So then I just turned and I looked in the direction that it was coming from. And it was almost as if it was like moving toward me. But once it hit my face, it gave me like this odd sensation. And I was like, absolutely not. Like, okay, I'm not sure what's here. But if you're not here to help me with this job and this task at hand, you cannot be in here right now. Like, I'm going to need you to back up. It backed up a little bit, but it didn't go away. Like, it persisted for a good little moment for me, enough for me to be like, all right, I'm about to take a little while.
Yes.
Me.
Yes, that's
Get
scary.
up and get moving.
That chill is different. If you've ever felt a spirit next to you, it's not regular cold.
We had a skeptic get turned because of that during ours with Travis. Like he felt it firsthand.
Yeah, like when we were doing the ghost hunt.
Yeah, no,
and we were in the back.
The work area.
Yes, and I kept getting like this cold. I mean, it is cold, and you can obviously tell like it's cold air. And it's different. It's not the regular cold. It kind of felt like this cold ass AC right here, but it's like even colder than that. So I know that feeling, and I would have been the same. Nope, not today, spirit. Nope. But thank you so much for sharing.
It was weird. It was like even the sensation of like breathing in around it. It felt like weird. That's why I was like, oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And then it was more weird because when we were at her funeral. So, like, they were doing, like, her favorite songs, you know, they were doing, like, going home instead of, like, a funeral, you know, type thing, more of a celebration. But, they were like, oh, we're going to sing her favorite song, and we're all singing and all this. And then the monitors that they had her, like, pictures and stuff up on, they all just started scrambling, all went to the black and white, skipping screens. And I looked at my brother, and I looked at my cousin, and I was like, yo, she's here.
Yeah.
She said, y'all not having a party in church
without me, I think not. Listen, that's a beautiful thing, though. Ancestors are, I promise you, they say that people go to funerals whenever they die. Like, I don't know the science behind it or what, but it is said that they attend their own funerals. That's what the mediums, that's what the psychics say. So, But yeah, thank you so much for sharing. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm gonna try to figure this Discord out so I can try to send you guys this
Okay,
video
so
of
it's
this
not just me.
UFO that I saw.
It's not just
but-
me that don't understand it. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not the only person that
No,
don't
girl,
understand.
it's hard. It's the 33 Club, I think, because I'm there listening. I was like, I'm having
Y'all
fun
remember
saying
MySpace,
it.
though? Y'all were
Oh,
HTML
I'm not
coders.
that old.
Right. How I don't understand how we were whole coders with MySpace, but we cannot figure out Discord. I can't even do
Can
Instagram.
I just say, like, how like blunt we were with our top 8, and straight up just being like, I don't give a fuck. You're off the. You're in the
Yep.
bottom 8 now. Like,
Bye. That's how
and
you
if
knew.
if you break up, I'm not gonna move my girl out of the top 8. But I'm gonna move her to 8. I'm gonna make my brother or my best friend my number 1.
or like the new flick.
Yeah,
Like number 2, and everyone's like, oh.
Yeah, I'm finna. They be like, oh,
Damn, that was back in the day.
That was back in the day. I was like, obviously I was in school then, but I remember coming
Yeah,
home and like
well,
the
no,
adrenaline.
petty and brutal.
It was
Yep.
the serotonin boost when I saw the messages, and I was like, oh, friends.
Yep, friends. Somebody likes me.
Somebody messaged me like the I've never hit. I think that's why I'm depressed now.
and then when you break up,
They'll
you
never
gotta
understand.
change your song to play on our playlist to like a
Yeah.
breakup
See,
song.
My
You
playlist
gotta
was all
change
like
the whole
metal and
background,
stuff, so like I never really had to
everything.
change it. But
No, seriously, girl, you change up your whole profile, new person, like you be a whole new bitch.
It's like
You want
changing
him
your
to
hair.
know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but-
You want him to know I don't need you.
I'm the oldest out of everybody because I used to be on Black Planet.
Yeah, that's a throwback. That's a throwback.
I remember when AOL was a thing, when Yahoo Chat first came out. I remember
Yes.
that.
Oh, it was so fun. What a
Yes.
time to be alive,
That was the
baby.
beginning of child trafficking.
Yes, it was. It was so terrible. Oh,
Because I was on there telling everybody that my name was Mike and I was 28 from Michigan.
I lied about my age too.
That ASL used to have us in a show called Lying Like a Mug. But,
Literally.
But thank you so much,
Thank you for
dawg,
the call.
calling in.
But thank you guys so much. I
You're
appreciate
welcome. That literally brought me down memory lane. My serotonin went up for a second.
You guys ever do the
internet cafe?
the quizzes?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's how I found out Michael Jackson died. Because I didn't have the news on yet, and I like, it was summertime.
Yes.
So I was like, all right, let's see what quiz up. And like 8 of them like, did Michael Jackson really die?
Yes,
Did he deserve
yeah.
to die? I was like, what happened? I turned on the TV. I'm like, oh.
No, I remember the summer that Michael Jackson died. I had just graduated from high. That was in 2009, right?
I think so.
Yeah. So I was with my aunt's stepdaughter at the time. She comes out the store. She was like, "Hey, did you know Michael Jackson died?" I said, "Don't you play with me like that.
Don't you play with me like that.
I don't like them kind of jokes."
I couldn't sleep. Like, I wasn't, like, because, I liked his music, but, like, I wasn't, like, sad or anything, but, like, it hit me.
Yeah.
So I was up all night just, like, because MTV was like,
Yeah.
we about to
No,
profit
we're
off
about
this.
to play his shit.
everything. And I
and-
remember at 6 a.m., I remember looking out my window, and there was a guy driving in a old lowrider car, just slow, just
blaring.
bumping his music. Just,
Yep.
and I was like, damn, is the funeral procession coming through my
I
neighborhood?
think my mom died, or my mom
Oh my,
cried.
George, you're trying to get
No,
us
come on.
demonetized. We're not even monetized yet. He's trying to.
Oh, man.
What are you talking about? If you act like it's not there, then
Yeah, if you just
Right,
talk
they're not
over
gonna
it, it's
say
never going to
anything.
happen.
No, but
my
she's
phone
like,
died.
"Did you know Michael
Fuck.
Jackson died?" I said, "Michael Jackson, don't play like that. He is not
Don't
dead."
play.
He is-
Have you seen people on TikTok doing that? They like go up to their parents and they're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
they're
Caitlyn-
like,
yeah, Caitlyn
Ozzy
Jenner.
Osbourne dead at 67. They're like, no, and, like the parents are crying.
Yep. But and she was like, I mean, I don't know if it's true. The gas clerk in the thing, the little, is he okay?
What?
Oh, I don't know. What
Am I okay?
Yeah, because George was just staring, and I was like, damn. Dude,
Oh,
No.
no.
He was trying to tell us, like, hey, the FBI is at the door right now. They heard us playing Michael Jackson.
Wait, they're at the window.
Yeah, him and Whitney Houston had me in a
Whitney
chokehold.
Houston
My
was
mom
sad.
literally cried. when
Robin
Whitney-
Williams was sad.
Yes, Robin Williams.
Kobe was
super
crazy.
sad.
Kobe was surreal.
Yes, that was. I didn't believe it at first.
Yeah.
I've never cried over a celebrity.
Really?
Well, I didn't cry over
I cried
celebrity.
over Whitney.
I was never sad.
And Michael Jackson. You know,
I
that,
think I
their
cried
songs,
over Tupac.
Yeah, all right, that's
Because I was
understandable.
at a party and like girls was crying and I was like,
Damn, they got me crying in the club right now.
keep in mind I was only like 12.
If you sat in the club right now, make some noise.
and when Tupac got shot out here, like my brother and my dad was out here for the fight because my dad used to kick it with Mike Tyson. So he was out here for the fight and he called me like,
Hey.
and back at home, it was Pittsburgh. It's like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. He like, hey, your boy just got shot. Like, what?
And you're like naming a friend.
Right,
You're like, not cool. And you're like,
not Jamarcus. No, I mean, and then there's a whole like conspiracy behind Michael Jackson dying. Either he's not dead or his house is like super fucking haunted. And
even with animal spirits,
I believe the second.
I mean, have you heard Eddie Murphy talk about like going to his house?
Mm-mm.
He was like, because Bubbles was like older then.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, Eddie, don't go over there, Eddie. He's not nice. It's fun. He's like, he was when Jerry Seinfeld had his show where he was like coffee with comedians or something like that, and he would or coffee in cars, and so he had Eddie Murphy, and he was talking about like he went over there. He's like, Eddie, don't go over there.
Right.
Like,
we were just watching throwback videos of Michael today. Like he was really a clown.
He was really funny as hell. Michael Jackson,
and he put on a voice too.
Yes,
because like you hear his real voice in there.
Yeah, because it was one girl that was up against his limousine, flashing him, and she was like, he said clear as day, but not in the baby voice. Look at her titties. No, like, what?
Oh,
Wait a minute. Whose deep ass voice is that?
Damn, those nice titties.
Was that a sound or was that?
No, that was him.
Oh,
that was him.
Sound.
No, I clicked the sound effect.
No, we gotta
button
find that. I gotta find that video. I'm gonna send it to Austin because it's totally not even his voice. Like
I've seen those like. Like, there's a video game he was in, and he was like, "Yeah, man, we'll fuck you up."
Right.
That was his real voice.
He turned black.
Yeah,
his nose wasn't small no more.
Oh, listen, that man. But he was just a soft human being, and that's just
he went through a lot though, a lot of trauma.
But I would have loved to hang out with him, especially in the '80s. He was.
I know
I'd have been
close
scared.
to our time. We still got 2 callers.
Yep, let's get to those 2 callers.
Oh, okay.
8778.
I wouldn't have wanted to hang out with him in the '80s.
8.
He's too powerful.
778. I got you.
Yeah.
8778. Caller, you're in the room.
Hello.
Caller?
Uh-oh. 8778 fell asleep.
You are unmuted, so I know you just did something.
They're never going to call me. We're going to call you, I promise.
8778. We try.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we had a little. Is it a cricket?
That wasn't a cricket.
All right. *6. Caller. Yep, you're unmuted.
I'd be sick if I waited an hour and a half to talk.
And your phone just
and
hangs
my
up.
phone's tripping.
Yeah.
They probably have AT&T like me. And they're in like a populated city because for some reason AT&T just never has service in cities.
I don't know. Verizon isn't any better, bro.
And they charge more.
Okay. I'm going to mute you and then just click *6 again. We'll try this one more time. Or #6.
I think it's *6.
*6. We'll try it one more time. 8778.
Mr. Fresh said they fell asleep.
All right. Caller?
That's crazy.
No. That is unfortunate.
We're going to move on to the next one, but if you call back, we'll try to get you in still.
Yeah. Maybe try exiting the call and joining back in. Our next caller, 2133. 2133. *6 to unmute yourself. Caller, you're in the room.
Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
Hi. Yes, all is well. All is well. I was like, no, that's not me, because I was like, that's not my number. Is there like a different number that pops up or something? I was just trying to make sure, so I had to like pause the video to call in. But hello, everyone.
Hello. Thanks for sticking it out and calling in. I'm glad we were able to get to you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I have actually a few kind of like random experiences just to share, and I think it's really awesome you guys are creating a space, or you have created a space for everyone to kind of call in and share their experiences. So I have a few stories. They're just kind of like quick little snippets of like experiences in my life, and I think they're quite interesting. So yeah, it's nice to be able to like share.
Yeah, I'm glad you're able to.
So I've like worked in the mountains at camps, like stay away camps, like science camps for children, the whole camp life.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was one time, basically my camp family is kind of like my family. So they're like an extra, leg of a family member in my life. So I was visiting the camp and staying over for like the holiday, visiting friends up there. It was just like a very small group of us sort of a thing. And I was new to this camp. So, I hung out and everything with my friends and family there. And then early in the morning, I got up, went to the kitchen, and it's like, the big camp kitchen. So you have the big refrigerators and everything like that. And I had been shown like a tour of the place and everything like that, like the day prior. And she tells me, because, the huge refrigerators, you try to open them, they're hard to kind of like, you have to use like a little, elbow grease to open the door. But this particular one was like a freezer. And so they were like, oh yeah, it kind of like, you really have to, open it. So I was like, oh, okay. And I know because I tried it and I was like, okay, yeah, they're right. This is whatever, but showing me the food, whatever. And so the next morning I got up early, I would kind of like make coffee and stuff like that. And as I'm walking in, the freezer that's hard to open, there's no one there. It's just me. The freezer door, open, shut, open, shut, open, shut, open, shut. And I'm like, what the heck? And I'm looking and I'm like, okay, there's no one there. And it's like, I don't feel any, bad energies or anything, but the doors was like opening, shutting on its own. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's
poltergeist. Like what?
It was just weird, and I was like, okay. And I'm like looking around, and I'm like, okay. So I tell my friend, who's actually the camp manager, and I was like, hey, you didn't tell me this place was haunted. And she was like,
you should probably
I don't know
tell me
what
that.
you're talking about. Yeah, she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, well, this morning I went in to go, have coffee and everything to wash my hands. And the freezer was opening and shutting on its own. She goes, I don't know what you're talking about. No, like she didn't want to really go there. And I'm telling her, like, I wouldn't lie to you.
Mm-hmm. Did she ever get to experience that or experience anything else?
Yeah, like it was interesting. So she was just like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm like trying to get out of her, like, have you experienced anything like this? Because my first night kind of like staying here, we did things throughout the day. Of course, got a tour, we hung out, we had dinner and everything like that. And then early that next morning, this happened. So you have to know, like, is there, give me the scoop,
Right.
There's like,
I love how people act like their stuff is not haunted. Like,
no, it happens all the time.
Do you think that's what happened to my house whenever I turned the keys and I'm like, anybody ever tell you that something's wrong with that place? And they're like, well, what did you experience? Sir, you could have gave me a warning. I would have taken the warning.
For real. And then like, I don't know if like my coworker was like, which was a past coworker. We worked at other camps together. So like I said, we were all like kind of like a camp family, And so that I think it was that night I heard like, I don't know, it sounded like a potato chip bag, like something like shh. Mm-hmm. Mind you, there's no one there staying there with me. I'm in one room, but it's a double connected room. The bathroom kind of connects it into a hallway. And so, someone could stay on the other side and, share that bathroom with you if you would, because it's a camp, Mm-hmm. But no one's there with me. I'm alone, and my coworker is next door. And I'm like hearing this noise, and I'm like, what the heck? So I just hear like fidgeting noises, and like, what the heck? So I run out to his room, and I'm like, hey, there's something in my room. There's something in my room. Like, what? And I'm really thinking like he's messing with me, And I'm like, come to my room with me. He was like, nothing's in there. I said, no, come to my room with me. I heard something. And then so he came, and of course there was nothing there. And I was like tripping out, like, oh, heck no. But ever since then, like I had an amazing experience up there. I love it up there. But ever since then, there was nothing else. But I don't know, maybe because I was like brand new at the place, they were just like
hazing you.
I don't know.
It sounds like they were spiritually hazed.
Yeah.
Everybody
check
gets
the
to
shit
see
out.
they were just like, hey, trying to say what's up or something. I don't know. That was too funny. I'm like, this door never opened and shut it on you, because I literally saw it. Someone else, like, it's opening and there's nothing there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's creepy. But whenever, because I was listening outside on my phone, and it's a little delayed, but if you're it's camp, right? Like kids camp, kind of.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know why they always do this to us poor children. I went to a camp in the middle of the woods, and I was terrified. Oh, it was so bad. But it's always just the woods. I don't know what lives out or what energy conjures up from woodlands, but
I'm thinking because it was like a family camp. Like it's like has a very long history of like, and then also was like a resort status for celebrities. So they would go up there way back in the day before the Christian church took it over. So I think it was like maybe like I'm thinking like it was more of like a family like because my great grandfather went to this camp, sort of a thing. Like it has a lot of good energy there. So I'm thinking like a spirit was trying to say hello to me in a way because it was creepy because that was the first like ghost sort of thing, like moving thing that I've seen, but it wasn't like I should be fearful of it. I think it was just trying to say hi or something like that because that was just weird. It was just like, really, you're gonna do that? You're gonna
scare the hell out of me. They want to do that to be your first and last day.
I just stopped. I was just frozen.
We don't like you.
What the heck?
They're like, no, we either got to get her out, but I'm glad that was to the extent that it went to because I'm telling you, the woods, I don't know. And like you said, we don't know what they was doing out there.
So that was like a ghost like sort of thing. Like I didn't see like an apparition or anything like that, but oh my goodness. So I have so many interesting stories. I wanted to share a different story with you guys because like more of like the spiritual, side of things, like where you can see like the orb and the color of the orb or like maybe, different things like that. I have let's just say that she's my sister. She's not my sister though, but we'll say that she's my sister. And, I was staying over at her house. Of course, we know each other because I see her as a sister, but we're not sisters. And I'm sleeping on the couch. Her sister's in the back with her boyfriend. And I'm not even asleep. I'm just laying down. I'm like, I'm going to close my eyes for a little bit, And next thing you know, like my eyes are closed, but I see this blue orb. It was kind of like the shape of like a person come in like through her front door. I'm sleeping in the living room and I'm looking and I see it and I open my eyes and I'm like, what the heck? And it goes straight back to the back room. Next thing you know, her sister's screaming, ah! And I'm like, what the heck? And I'm like, what? I said, I'm like, are you okay? She goes, there was a man standing over me. I said, I know, I saw it. I saw it when I came in, but I didn't see a man. I just saw an orb. And I just saw that it was a blue orb. I didn't see a man. I just saw the orb come through. And then she started screaming. A man was standing over, looking over. And I'm like, what the heck? So I don't know. Like
it probably just manifested into like an actual ghost, So I was telling someone earlier, there's a show on Netflix called Surviving Death. And it kind of tries to explain how ghosts are able to manifest into the ghosts that we can see with our eyes. It's a really good docuseries. If you have not watched
I'm to watch that.
Yes, it's so crazy. It's about people who died on accident and came back and told everybody about their experiences. But they also talk about, yes, it's so good. I've watched it like 2 or 3 times. They also talk about how they were trying to, like in the earlier days of like paranormal ghost hunts, they were trying to figure out how they were able to even manifest that way. Trust me, it is so good. Yep, it's called Surviving Death.
What is it called again?
Surviving
Death. Wow.
It's on Netflix.
Okay, I'm definitely I'm
a good way to end your spooky night.
Do you guys have time for another one? I'm gonna look that up for sure.
One more caller.
Oh, we have one more caller, but we do come back next week, same time, same place. So let us get back. I think is that the caller that got disconnected?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Let us get to this caller, but thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Those are some great stories.
Awesome. Thank you for allowing me to share.
Of course. We're glad you're able to.
Excellent. All right. I'm going to try 8778 one more time here. Let's see if this works. *6 to unmute yourself. Hopefully, this did the trick. Caller, you're in the room. Oh. No. See, and you're okay. I don't know if you guys remember, this happened to us before with a caller, and she said, it was obviously the spirits like telling us that this story was probably a little too intense, but she was able to call in a couple of weeks later and tell us that story. So
yes,
I'm sorry you're having these issues tonight, but maybe,
just maybe, we need to
Just give
talk with our spirit guides and our ancestors.
We
and
need
make
to give it
sure.
a week.
Yeah, because I made a video on TikTok about like if you lose your train of thought or if something's just not working, you're not supposed to.
That happened to me
Yeah.
on Saturday with that meeting we had at that location.
Mhm.
I was talking and I go, I lost my thought. And I turned to Noah and I go, you said I'm not supposed to talk about it because apparently they didn't want me to talk about it.
Yep. Yeah.
And I think I was just going to talk about like how to do all that. But what another great episode we had this week. I'm super, this community is like,
Yeah, booming.
we already had your community, but now it's like, it's becoming like the
Yes.
calls community.
Yes.
So
Merging the gap.
if you haven't already, I mean, I put a questionnaire out there, Mr. Fresh, on YouTube on if you have joined the Discord yet or not. And 63% said no. I understand if it's not your jam. Totally get it. But I mean, I'm going to be very active in there. I'm going to teach Black Cauldron how to be very active in there. George might be active in there. I know Danette is in there.
Yes, and
Mari's
I
in
need to
there.
download the app, so I'll be in there. But yeah, we want to build a community for you guys to feel safe talking about the time you seen a ghost,
Run
or
up the stairs and look back at
Bigfoot.
you and flinch.
I can't believe
that story
that.
is crazy.
Yes, that
So crazy.
But you guys join the Discord if you're not subscribed to this channel. This is the only channel that will be going live from
As
from
of
here
now.
on out. So make sure that
You good?
Yeah, I thought something touched my foot, and I'm scared of everything. No, but make sure you subscribe to this channel.
Yes.
Get on the Discord if Discord is your thing, because there will be certain content that goes certain places. Of course, both Austin and I have our own communities on Patreon. I teach
Yep. I'm trying to get those links right now so I can share them.
Yes, I teach spirituality. It has exclusive content and is going to be doing some major things on there that I'm so excited to see. So make sure if you're interested, you go over to his Patreon, my Patreon.
I'm getting the link right now.
Yes.
Spooky Spiritualist.
Spooky Spiritualist.
I got it. I'm sharing it right now.
The Spooky Spiritualist.
I'm in.
And also the trip to Bali. I know we were teasing about it earlier, but it really is a trip to Bali. And I'm hoping that I can squeeze in a domestic trip even before or right after the Bali trip. I don't know, because I am trying to go to Africa next year too. So.
Maybe we plan it for the end of this year, and maybe we do it here, and maybe we can do a little live in studio calls from
That
beyond.
would be amazing.
It'll still be live. Like we'll make sure we have that infrastructure to be live like how we are right now. But I think it'd be cool if we had 25 to 50 of our closest friends.
Yeah, that'll be dope.
Yeah,
that'll be dope. And just real quick, to piggyback off of the Bali trip, I want to make sure that you guys know the $19.99 price is only for the first 8 people.
Yeah, and they won't let me extend it anymore.
And just another heads up, we can only take 24 of your beautiful faces with us.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very small, limited group. We want it to be personal. We want it to be intimate. We want it to be, just a crew.
Mm-hmm.
So when we hit the town, we hit the town. But we can only take 24 people. So even if you think you may be interested, you might want to get your deposit down and start making those payments, because once it fills up, and it's done.
Yeah, because this is the first platform that I really announced it on. I did mention it to my patrons, because my patrons are the ones who requested the trip in the first place. But this is the first time that I've talked about it on here, or released the actual link to book it. So if you're interested, Bali 2025, hanging out with me and apparently the crew.
Allegedly.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Allegedly, the Calls from Beyond crew. Then I will be posting the link one more time for you guys and changing over all the links on my link tree and everything else, so you can also book there. Other than that,
where can they find you? Because if you're not already subscribed
here
to Noah, what are you doing?
Okay, so of course I'm always on YouTube. I will be releasing some very interesting videos this week. So make sure that you have your notification bells on for all of my platforms. Patreon is where I'm at on a daily, chatting or just posting spiritual content there. And Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I've been heavy on TikTok as of the last week. So if you want to see more of me, these are the only platforms. I only got one platform one account per platform. Please don't get scammed. Where can they find you?
Honestly, all the same places. I'm most active on YouTube and Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Working on a ghost hunt. I know I keep telling you guys I'm working on it. I think what I'm gonna do for Patreon members only is I'm gonna live stream me editing it.
Oh yeah, that would be really dope.
Yeah. To be fair, it does kind of kill the magic. Granted, nothing is faked. And you'll see that because I legitimately go,
yeah.
Oh shit, we got some. Before you leave, I need to show you the voice that we got.
Oh gosh,
because I got a voice.
I'm already gonna have nightmares just based off of the calls. And here you go. Let me sprinkle a little extra. You're gonna have me watch SpongeBob when I get home.
That's okay though. That's okay. So I do all that over there on the Truly Bizarre at YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Threads. If you're on Threads, I have a Threads account on there. I'm trying to really figure that out. It's kind of like Twitter.
Okay.
It's like Twitter.
I don't know how to use that either.
You kind of just post without thinking. Okay. And then 10 years from now, they find it and then they report you.
And Twitter is like the dark web, but on the real web.
Yeah. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. If you want to get more of this content that's still not on YouTube, or you're just, you want to listen to it while you're on your commute at work, you can find Calls From Beyond on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
Yes.
All the old episodes, even the ones from the old studio and the current ones. And we might even be doing some special edition episodes. I might have one for us to record this week. So definitely check it out. Big shout out to George. George, where can people find you? You got something, I don't know if you want to talk about it yet, but you're about to launch something pretty cool.
For you football fans, follow my Instagram at Mr. George Carmona. Lots of cool things in the works, like Austin said.
Oh, that's
all right.
Amazing. And Mr. Fresh, where can they find you
Yeah,
at?
Mr.
What
Fresh.
you at?
I really don't get on TikTok all like that.
I'll drop his Instagram. I guess until next week.
Until next week, guys, we'll be live our normal time next week. We had a little bit of a studio hold up here. So, but thank you so much to everybody for watching, calling in, telling us your stories. It's always creepy. George, take us out with some sound healing.